What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Hope everybody is good. I will be giving my thoughts on what happened, and I'll just wait a few minutes for everyone to get in here. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing good. Yes, as you can see, the Kids Act did unfortunately pass the House, right? Now, before everybody freaks out, right? Just remember that it has to also get past the Senate, right? It's just going to go to the Senate next to get voted on. But just remember that there is still things that we can do. The worst thing that we can all do right now is be sad and give up, right? I know it sounds corny, but if we all get sad right now and give up, this is going to pass even faster, right? There was some resistance to this. As you can see, there were people who voted no. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. Sorry, I can't see your guys' messages. So many people in here. I appreciate you guys for showing up, by the way, right? But I'm telling you guys right now, if we give up right now and we all say, oh, we're screwed to pass the House, it's over, this is going to get even worse, right? So this is a tried and a testing time for all of us right now, right? I assume everybody here obviously cares about privacy and freedom. This is a tried and testing time for us right now, right? It would be easy for everybody to give up right now and say, oh, it's over, it passed the House, right? So just remember how the American government works, right? And if an act gets passed in the House, it doesn't mean it's a law, right? It has to also get past the Senate. And I believe there might be some other steps after that, but don't quote me on that, right? As you can see, these are the official statistics of how the vote went down. 162 Republicans said yes, 32 said no. 104 Democrats said yes, 85 said no. And I believe that is 57 people, or 47 people, sorry, I'm stupid, did not vote. So first of all, what's everybody's thoughts? How are you guys feeling? Obviously, I know it's not the most, amazing moment where everybody smiles. But again, it's just the House. I want to make sure that we all know it's not a law yet. It still has to get past the Senate, right? So I just wanted to, get some remarks from some people in politics who were speaking at this whole thing. Because there were some people who were giving their opinions on it. And actually, there were some politicians that were actually against this, right? So here is the roll call. I just wanted to show this real quick. The roll call of how everybody kind of voted on this, right? So these are the people that voted yes. And I got to let you know, guys, we got to get them out of office. I'll just keep it real with you guys. If anybody is going to be voting yes on a mass surveillance law, then they need to be out of office. And, this thing, like this whole situation, like this kind of like makes me want to go into a rant here that I've gotten into a few times. You guys can hear me out, and then, you guys can let me know what your guys' thoughts are, right? I hate the division in this country right now, because right now everybody is so focused on left versus right, Democrats versus Republicans, when in reality, everybody, you, me, your parents, your cat, everybody should be going and getting together and stopping these goddamn laws. Why the hell are we so, focused right now on Oh, this is the Democrats' fault. This is the Republicans' fault. Are you guys kidding me? That's exactly what the government wants. That's exactly what all these people want, right? They are creating division in this country because they know they can pass these mass surveillance laws a lot easier if you, in this chat right now, me, if we're divided, right? If we're divided and we can't actually align on something, then that's how they're going to be able to do this shit, right? Don't think about it as Democrats versus Republicans. Think about it as the rich and the powerful versus us, like normal citizens and shit, right? You guys agree or disagree with that? Because that is the first step, right? We need to actually make sure that we are together as people. I know it sounds like kind of corny. I'm giving an Optimus Prime level speech right over here, but that's the issue with the world right now, right? So that is something that I really want to make sure that we're all on the same page on, because the first way that we can actually stop this is if we can all put our differences aside, at least for a little bit, and say, you know what, I support this person or I support that person, but you know what, just for now, let's fucking get together and stop these mass surveillance laws, right? So, again, this is the list of people who, voted, and I don't want to just shit on the people who voted yes for this. I also want to give credit to the people that voted no, right? So shout out to all these people. Now, Also, I want to point out that some of these people may have voted no because they wanted this to be stricter, right? Now, obviously, for those people, screw them, right? But for most of them that are voting no because they feel like this is just a bad law, then that, for them, I want to give them a shout out, right? So just remember, guys, it still has to get past the Senate. It's not all over yet, but we do need to make sure that we're all united against this so we can actually stand up to these corrupt ass politicians. Thank you so much for the $20, the antagonistic. Appreciate it. I feel like the government has become like Smog from The Hobbit, arrogant, smug, and they own all the treasure. They're strong, but they have a weakness. They're manipulative, greedy, and they want to control everything. That's true. They do have a weakness, and you know what that weakness would be? Is for all of us to put our differences aside and get together, right? Like, that's the type of thing that we need to make sure that we do. Actually vote together on this specific situation, right? Because mass surveillance is one of those things where once it actually gets implemented into law, it's going to be almost impossible to get rid of it, right? So yes, it did pass the House, but I also want to make sure that we understand that this is not just an L that we can't come back from. It's over, you know what I mean? But we need to make sure that we don't choose to be divisive right now, right? There is one, piece of news that I wanted to share with you guys. There is something that did happen today that is worth celebrating, right? It's not all doom and gloom, right? Nebraska had a digital ID law for speech, social media speech. It got blocked, right? That's the type of stuff that we need to focus on. And remember that just because the Kids Act did get, passed in the House, that doesn't mean it's over. You know what I mean? Like these laws are still getting blocked in certain states, in certain countries and stuff like that, right? I bet a lot of you guys didn't know this because obviously a lot of the news covered right now is going to be about what happened in the Kids Act. And again, I'm not trying to downplay it. Obviously, it is bad, right? It's really shitty that happened. But at the same time, the second we all say, oh, we're fucked, or, it's over, we're going to give up, that's the second that we're all going to lose this fight, right? So I just wanted to hear some remarks from some of the people that were talking about it. And some of these jackasses, I just wanted you guys to hear what they were saying. And then we can kind of like refute their points live here, So without further ado, actually, I won't make it full screen. Let me know how the sound is, guys. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in strong support of H.R. 7757, the Kids Internet.
Thank you so much for the $2 CJP. It feels like we are in an idiocracy. I agree. But again, that's the way that we're going to be able to actually come together is when we realize that all of these people are stupid, It's too quiet? Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit.
And Digital Safety Act, or the Kids Act. This legislation is the most comprehensive, impactful children's online safety package Congress has considered. I want to thank Ranking Member Pallone for his partnership and leadership on this issue. Protecting children should not be a partisan issue, and I appreciate his commitment and us working together to find common ground to address the very real challenges facing families today.
What the challenges facing families today, that parents and guardians don't know how to raise their children. That's the challenge. That is the real challenge. The real challenge is that parents and guardians are having kids and they don't know how to fucking raise them. That is the problem, right? And that's what we need to actually focus on, because this guy, this Brett douchebag, is going to try to make it seem like these laws are being passed for the kids, when in reality, why didn't you guys just go ahead and empower the parents and guardians to learn more so they can raise their children better? Teach them about routers, teach them about social media, teach them about parental controls, right? Thank you so much for the $5 Bite Didi. What do you mean almost impossible? There's a chance to get rid of it if it becomes law. Also happy with Net Choice again. Well, Net Choice still is supporting Meta, so I don't like that. And I mean almost impossible, because if those IDs start getting floating around on social media, how are we going to get those IDs off of social media? We won't, right? That's rule number one of the internet. Once you put something on the internet, then it's impossible to get off, right? Thank you so much for the $5, Brian. Appreciate it. I hate when I'm called a sissy liberal because my hands aren't dirty when I eat my lunch. It's where I don't have soft hands. I'm a hard worker. Thank you for the $5, Brian. Appreciate it. But yeah, so that's the thing, right? That's the part about the internet. That's why I'm saying it's almost impossible if it ends up passing. If people do start submitting their IDs into social media because the government forces them to, it's going to be almost impossible for us to come back from that, because our IDs are on social media now. So it's going to be basically there forever. But anyways, let's keep listening to this douchebag.
Before I continue, I want to recognize two parents who are with us in the gallery today. Deb Schmel, mother of Becca, and Maureen Millark, mother of David. They have experienced every parent's worst nightmare.
Thank you for the $5 antagonist. Appreciate it. It's crazy that I compare the government to one of fiction's most evil villains, and it fits a bit too well. Oh yeah, I mean, that's another thing that like really like makes me laugh about people is they turn it into a party issue. So they think that, you know, the two-party system, Democrats, Republicans, whatever, have their best interests at heart. Are you serious? Like, they only care about themselves and power and control and money. They don't give a shit about us. Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate it, Stuart. I don't like where this is going, but we have to keep calling our local representatives and keep fighting against this. Again, I'm going to keep reiterating that. Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate it. I'm going to keep reiterating this throughout the stream, right? It just passed the House. That is bad, but it's not impossible for us to come back from, right? Once it gets passed and made into a law, then we're in some trouble, right? But right now, it just got passed in the House. It still has to go to the Senate, right? And from what I've understood, there has been some pushback on this law, both in the actual political system and obviously, you know, with the community, right?
Losing a child because of online harms. Thank you for your courage in sharing your stories
and so, you know, him bringing up the parents losing their kids again. I just want to say, obviously, that is horrible, and obviously that shouldn't have happened. I'm not trying to be a douchebag here, but I got to keep it 100. That's partly their fault. I'm sorry. You gotta keep an eye what your kids do on the internet, right? I know it's fucked up to say that, but I'm never gonna shy away from my real opinion. That's my real opinion. Parents and guardians need to do their job and watch their kids. That's what it is. You know what I mean? If your kids are, you know, doing bad stuff on social media and you know, they're getting coerced into doing bad stuff, yes, that is awful. And yes, that, you know, those fuckers who did that should be going to jail forever. They should, you know, get freaking capital punishment, obviously. But at the same time, as a parent or guardian, you need to watch what your kids do. That shouldn't be a debatable thing. That's just the fact.
Turning unimaginable loss into tireless advocacy to help protect other children and families.
By the way, I appreciate everybody for being here. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Please. Your presence here today reminds us of what is at stake, and your voices have helped shape this legislation. A key part of our approach was negotiating a package of impactful provisions. We worked hard to reach a workable compromise. The KIDS Act incorporates 13 bipartisan member priorities from across the House to empower parents, protect children, and teens' privacy.
And you know, this shouldn't go understated, right? But like, this guy right here, Brett Guthrie, or however you fucking say his name, right? Him and everybody that voted yes, I'm never going to forgive any of these people. Ever, ever, ever. Because they actually tried to, and they are currently trying to, enact mass surveillance on the entire country. Never going to forgive them ever. And I don't give a shit which party they're in. Just for you saying yes to this, I don't give a shit. They, in my eyes, they need to be fired, all of them. Thank you so much for the $5, Great Lakes. Appreciate it. Deep, I'm so glad you're around speaking up for us. I feel like most people are like, oh, well, other countries have our data anyway, so who cares? Anybody who thinks that is an idiot, right? First of all, even if there are certain organizations, let's say the government, let's say the DMV or whatever, that have your data, why the fuck would you want more people to have your data? That doesn't even make any sense. What? That makes no sense. That's like you breaking your arm and then you breaking your leg later, and you're gonna be like, who cares about my leg? I already broke my arm. What? So would you want to break the rest of your fucking bones? What do you mean? Like, I would rather have the least amount of people have my data as opposed to more people having it. So yes, the government has your data, like the DMV and all that type of stuff. But does that mean you want all social medias to have it? Does that mean you want Google to have it? Does that mean you want every website to have it? What is that line of reasoning? That makes no sense, you know?
Protect children and teens' privacy, and hold big tech and online forums accountable.
And this is another thing that they always say, right? Big tech like Google, Meta, and all those companies, right? They do suck, and they should get investigated. You guys always know I bring up Roblox and Discord specifically as two examples, right? And they fucking suck, and they should be investigated, right? But if you think that the way to punish them is to do ID age verification, how the fuck is that punishing those companies? How the fuck is that punishing them? You should be restricting their operations. You guys should be suing Roblox and Discord and Meta for tons of money. You should be doing that type of stuff. How is making them take our IDs gonna solve anything, right? And a lot of these companies like Discord in particular, and Roblox I should mention as well, they want to harvest our data. They are licking their chops. They're like, fuck yeah, oh, the government's forcing us to do this. Sorry guys. Man, you guys seen Roblox's CEO talk? That guy is like, that guy's weird, man. I don't know. There's something off with him. But yeah.
The bill protects platforms. The bill requires platforms to protect kids by default, including limiting addictive and dangerous design features and risky messaging functions. It gives parents stronger tools to monitor and manage their children's online experiences, establishes safeguards for AI chatbots.
So if that was all it was about, for the parents to monitor their kids and to make sure that they're keeping an eye on their kids, why didn't they force these websites to have parental controls? I mean, most of them do anyways, right? But why wasn't the law just based on that? Why did the law turn into you guys requiring ID age verification to use features on the website? How the fuck does that protect the kids at all? You are making the kids susceptible to a data leak that we've already seen the likes of with Discord, right? Discord already had 70,000 government IDs leaked, and the hackers themselves corrected that and said, I don't know why Discord's saying 70,000. It was actually 2 million. Think about that. Discord said it was 70,000, but apparently it was 2 million. That is wild to me. Thank you so much for the $5, Nico. Appreciate it. Would the president be able to void, since he doesn't want any new stuff passed till he gets a SAVE Act? I'm sure that's like, that would be great, but just to remind you guys, right? He is likely in support of this. I've already made a video talking about the White House. The White House has already rolled out their plan to take over with AI, and a part of their plan, as you'll see in this video, did include and allude to age verification nationwide, right? We're not talking about in a certain state. We are talking about nationwide, right? And because that came from the White House, and obviously freaking Trump is at the top of the White House, he likely is in favor of this, right? So that is something that we have to keep in mind.
Creates new protections in online gaming environments and requires age verification for pornography websites to ensure kids cannot access explicit content.
Okay, and so what he just said, that is exactly how this started. Remember that this started in the UK 2023, the modern push of ID age verification, I should say, where the UK said, you know what, kids should not watch adult videos. We're going to start to force the hub to have ID age verification, right? That is how this started. So this piece of shit, this point that he's making, that's how this started. Now it has turned into a global effort to have ID age verification on every single website. So don't bring up the adult websites and try to play this holier than thou and say, oh, we're just trying to watch. There's this one fucker I want to show you guys that I had a little bit of a little argument with. Where is this fucking guy? Hold on. His name's Wade, this bastard. Hold on. And I swear he's like a paid government shill or some shit. And so is this prick, but we'll get into him later. Hold on. This fucking guy. So I made a tweet about the fact that, this lady was talking about, App Store age verification is coming. This is huge. It's great. Obviously it's not. So I was saying, if you need the government to raise your kids for you, don't have children in the first place, right? And so he was like, yeah, a lot of people want adult content to be accessible to children. What? What are you talking about? So you're saying that anybody against ID age verification wants kids to see adult videos? Shut your fucking mouth, Wade. Shut the fuck up. I don't care if you have some followers. I don't care if you're more relevant than me and I'm irrelevant. Sure, I'll even admit that I'm irrelevant, right? But you're stupid and your opinion is stupid. I mean, he got a lot of hate for what he said there, but I just hate that these guys are trying to minimize the argument that we're making as, oh, you just want kids to see adult videos. Man, shut the fuck up, right? Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, Chrissy. I appreciate it. Let's get some W's for Chrissy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so fuck this guy and everybody who agrees with him. But yeah, back to the video.
The legislation also modernizes children's privacy protections by requiring parental consent before collecting information from children under 14 and extending important new privacy protections to teenagers under 18. At its core, this legislation sends a simple message. Children deserve safer online experience.
Yeah, so parents and guardians, give it to them by watching what they do. You can literally put parental controls on almost every single website, right? I don't know why that people don't really understand that, right? There's parental controls on every single website. So just use them. But parents and guardians are too lazy. They don't want to use them.
Parents deserve a greater voice in their children's digital lives, and technology companies must be held accountable when they fail to protect young.
Thank you for the $2 by DD. Appreciate it. Can we fight back even if all this becomes law? Yes. I mean, there have been laws that have been passed. Like the laws have actually been passed and they have ended up getting blocked or rescinded later, right? We've made videos talking about this before. Like there was a certain App Store age verification law that ended up getting blocked. Obviously, I think it ended up passing now, but you know, it was getting blocked. There was one in Louisiana that got blocked as well. Yeah, that one was going to be a social media law for age verification. I think that one just got completely thrown out, right? Even after it was like passed or something like that, right? So there are small victories that we have with this type of stuff. And like I mentioned earlier, we had, you know, something that happened, I believe today, where Nebraska's digital ID for social media law got blocked. Or yeah, it got blocked. So this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about, you know, like let's not just focus on the L's that have happened, right? Again, I'm not trying to minimize what happened today. This law passing in the House is awful and that's bad, right? But two things, right? One, these laws are getting blocked around certain states in the world. And two, it still has to pass the Senate. It has to pass the Senate for it to become a law, right? And that's where we can do what we do. Good transition right there. Thank you so much, Wee Wee, for the $5. Appreciate it. That's a hilarious name. Do you think this will pass the Senate? I'm currently scared for my internet freedom and privacy. Honestly, it's hard to tell. I mean, I would hope and say no, but even if it does, that doesn't mean that there's not something we can do about it. You know, it started when all these laws end up becoming mandatory and all of our IDs are on social media. At that point, it'll be hard to do stuff because even if we do end up getting the laws rescinded, all of our IDs are going to be out there, if that makes sense. But don't take this as like we've lost and it's over is all I'm trying to say, you know. And how do you guys, I see some people saying, how do you contact the Senate? How do you contact your local politicians? As I say in almost every single video I've ever made about age verification, and as I frequently say, there is a website called badinternetbills.com, right? Badinternetbills.com. You can put in your phone number, zip code, go ahead and tell those politicians that you will not be voting for them if they are supporting ID age verification. The website is called badinternetbills.com. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, go for it, right? Thank you for the $5, Dorothy. Appreciate it. Remember that Jonathan Haidt didn't believe that parental controls aren't enough per his propaganda book. Yeah, I mean, if anyone who thinks that parental controls isn't enough hasn't even used parental controls. With parental controls on most websites, you can literally stop your kids from doing anything you want them to do. You can make it so every single message that they get, you see. You can make it so they can't watch certain types of videos or follow certain people. You can do essentially whatever you want, you know? So I appreciate the optimism you have. Deep humor. Hope to see more of it instead of all the doom and gloom. Yeah. I mean, dude, all we can do in life, right, is we can make sure that we look at the bright side of the situation. I'm not going to lie to you guys, right? Like, you know, life is going to be tough. Some of you guys are younger out there. Life is going to be tough. You're going to have problems in your life that go beyond this whole thing, the Kids Act and stuff like that, right? But if you look at everything as a negative and you look at everything like, oh, life sucks and it's over, life is going to be even worse, right? So you have to try to find the bright side in situations, and you have to try to make sure that you know that this shit ain't over yet, because it's not over yet. So don't have the mentality that it's over. I'm not going to let you guys have that mentality. Keep your chins up, all right? Keep your chin up, right? Thank you so much for the $10. Appreciate it, Karma Monkey. Don't forget the author of Kids Online Safety Act said the current House bill is unacceptable. Lawsuits install it or throw it out. Call Congress. Spread the data breaches. We lost a battle, not a war. Exactly. Remember that the hub of all websites has sued certain states and sued certain countries and either stopped the laws from becoming into law, or they were able to delay it for a bit, right? So just remember that there is still something we can do. You know, I see a lot of you guys in the chat right now that seem a little disheartened. Trust me, I understand. You should feel the way how you feel, but once you're done, having a, being a little miserable, just remember that we can come back from this shit, okay? So just remember, we can come back. Thank you so much for the $10, Jay. Appreciate it. What do you think about Asmongold to bring attention? If you can make a video on the UK report and get Keir Starmer to resign, this could work. Keir Starmer already resigned, Jay. Keir Starmer resigned like a few days ago. He's not the prime minister anymore. But thank you for the $10. Appreciate it. Penguin Zero needs to bring it up as well. Critical has already talked about age verification. Should he talk about it again though? Yes, I agree. He should.
Users. Well, no single bill will stop.
Do you know when the Senate is voting/debating this insanity? I don't. I actually don't know when the Senate will be debating this. Does anybody know? If I could get like a date, And yeah, I know some people were wanting me to stream this earlier so I could get like the live thing. I gotta work, guys. I can't take off work, unfortunately. It's real life. I gotta pay bills, Thank you so much for the $2. Appreciate it. Aid verification and protecting the kids. You're damn right. Damn right. Yeah, but if anyone knows what time or day the Senate will be debating this, I'd love to know, because I'd love to react to that, or at least react to it a few hours, 2 weeks maybe. Okay. Well, if you guys find out the date or something, let me know. I definitely want to do stream that day.
Families online. This legislation represents a significant and long overdue step forward in establishing meaningful safeguards.
Some people have said the Senate will likely reject the bill because the duty of care provision was removed, but it's hard to tell for sure. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. Some people are rejecting the bill because they actually want it to be more strict, right? That's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Is an important milestone, not a finish line, in the effort to better protect children online and bad actors and hold them accountable.
Thanks,
I urge my colleagues to support this bipartisan legislation, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Yeah, I hate you. I hate you, Brett. I don't want to hear your bullshit. So this Twitter account is the main people that are going ahead and parading this whole Kids Act. Their chairman is the guy that we were just listening to talk, fighting for conservative values. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So a bunch of people in the House today have been speaking about this and explaining why they are for this, right? Here's another person, Representative Frank Pallone or whatever the fuck. So all these people that I'm mentioning, right? All these people should be fired, right? This guy who looks like Colonel Sanders with KFC, we need to get him out of here. We need to get him out of office, because these are the types of people that are going to be taking away our privacy and freedom because they simply don't understand how the internet works, right? Thank you so much for the $10, Chrissy. Really appreciate it. And thank you for the 5 gifted earlier as well. To paraphrase Ted Lasso, after we're all done feeling our feelings, we should all be goldfish and then get back to fighting against the eroding of our privacy. Exactly. I'm not gonna tell you guys to not be sad, right? Because again, this is, we lost a battle here, but we didn't lose the war, right? So after you're done feeling a little upset, make sure that you guys go and talk to your local representatives, I can't even talk, and try to fight this. Thank you for the $20. Appreciate it, antagonists. Thank you guys so much for all the donations, by the way. You guys do not have to donate, but I appreciate it. I've been writing stories ever since I was 9 years old. I'm 22, and I don't want my future audience to have to give an ID to see my life's work. I've never fought so hard for something. My life dream is under threat. Yeah, I mean, anybody who does any type of creative work on the internet, obviously your audience and everything that you do will be severely restricted if everybody has to vote on, vote for the IDs or use IDs to freaking access social media. That's stupid. Schlepp even said no to the Kids Act. Yeah, me and Schlepp have had conversations about this, right? And he's against this bullshit too, obviously. But yeah, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in strong support of the Kids Act, which is, as my chairman has mentioned, bipartisan legislation to protect kids online and rein in big tech.
And so this is another thing that they will say to try to convince us that this is kind of like a unanimous source, right? Or unanimous, result, right? They say bipartisan, which it is, in terms of the political system, but it shouldn't be bipartisan in terms of the public, right? There are people watching this stream right now that are leaning left, leaning right, whatever, right? Fuck all that. I don't give a shit where you lean, right? I don't care who you voted for. Everybody watching this stream and everybody in the world needs to come together at least this one time and say, you know what? We can't lose our internet privacy though. That shit is too far, right? So everybody needs to come together and fight these laws and also vote these jackasses out of politics, because the Kids Act is just one thing. They're going to try so many different ways to take away our online privacy. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for the $10, Karma Monkey. Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the donations. Again, not necessary. I really appreciate you guys though. Ways to spread awareness: protest, ask stores to post up outside, spread awareness, share data breaches. When we give up is when they win. Even the UK is still fighting. Don't go down. So on the topic of data breaches, is something we've mentioned many times. I have talked about so many different data breaches that have happened just within the last 6 months or so, right? You can use my channel as reference. All these ID leaks, these data breaches, these ID verification breaches, records getting leaked, social media is getting hacked. And if you guys actually stick around till the end of the video, you guys will hear about another potential breach that'll happen. So, but I'm going to say that at the end of the stream. So I'm going to force you guys to spend time with me. But yeah, if you guys want to show people videos about data breaches It doesn't have to be me. Obviously, I've done a lot of videos on it, but if you guys have another YouTuber you prefer or whatever, show them their videos. I don't care. I don't care whose videos get the views, as long as people are actually seeing this and seeing that this shit is a big deal and that the word is spreading, right? Because at the end of the day, we need to spread awareness about this. There's so many. You know what audience we need to reach, guys? Because I'm going to assume that most of us here are fairly younger, like, but you know what audience we really need to reach? We need to reach middle-aged parents, right? We need to make sure that the parents and the guardians out there, your guys' parents, your guys' moms and dads, believe it or not, they're most likely in favor of this because they're like, social media ban? Yeah, social media is dangerous. We need to ban it. But they missed the whole part about ID age verification. That is the issue. Digital ID, that is a problem, right? Thank you so much for the $2 spontaneous. Appreciate it. Companies will capitalize on this, and I mean, yeah, they basically already have, right? Roblox and Discord were licking their chops to do ID age verification. Discord had a data leak, and they're still doing it. Like, they don't give a shit, you know? It's crazy.
And I do want to thank our Chairman Guthrie for all his work on this. The internet, social media, and now artificial intelligence have profoundly changed how kids and teens connect with families and friends, how they learn about what's happening around them, and how they participate in an ever-changing online world. And while there have been positive advancements, our kids are also suffering from...
Thank you so much for the $5, Mission Silo. Appreciate it. FBI is bagging 764 extremists. They don't need identity verification to protect children. Political will is needed. I mean, yeah, we just need to make sure we stop ID age verification specifically, right? The whole ID and AI facial scan aspect of it makes it just really weird. And it's just mass surveillance. Thank you so much for the $5, Dorothy. Appreciate it. You guys can all put your wallets away. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. But remember, this is just free. It's a free stream. You guys don't have to donate. But thank you for the $5. Heard that the Kids Act passed the House. If this continues, the whole situation may evolve into a little global treaty law that's impossible to stop. It did pass in the House, right? But again, like I was saying earlier in the stream, just remember that this shit is not over. We lost the battle. We didn't lose the war. Make sure that we all get together and fight this, regardless of whichever way we lean politically, regardless of whether politicians that we like are in favor of this or not. First of all, you shouldn't even really like any politicians, right? Because we should be all against these politicians that are voting for this. And secondly, this is where we need to stop drawing party lines. This is where we need stop drawing the line between Democrats and Republicans and start drawing a line between people who care about internet privacy and all of these fuckers, right? That's where the line should be drawn, right? Politicians, we should not be loyal to politicians. They should be loyal to us. It should be the other way around, you know? Thank you for the $10, Karma. I appreciate that. Build the Bob Army again. Bob says no to ID verification. I do remember that copy pasta that was going around everywhere. I like good copy pastas like that. But yeah, thank you so much for the 10, Karma Monkey. Appreciate it.
Big tech's chokehold on their attention and the relentless pursuit to keep them connected to their platforms. Big tech is using reckless practices to surveil our kids and teens, exploit vulnerabilities to turn a profit, and promote...
And keep in mind, right, they keep making the distinction between big tech to make sure that, like, they know that it's like big tech versus the kids or whatever. But this fucking big tech that they keep lauding about, like Meta, for example, they are literally paying for ID age verification. They are in favor of this type of stuff. They're trying to act like, you know, what's it called? They're not in favor, like that Meta isn't in favor of ID age verification. They want ID verification. Thanks for the 2, Mission Style. Appreciate it. We donate to have our words noticed. Well, if you're actually on every stream, you know that I read the chat all the time. But the messages are moving too fast. But thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. But yeah, so what's called I don't know, man. Like, these guys really try to make it seem like big tech is the enemy here, and they are, right? But they're trying to make it seem like, oh, we're trying to protect you guys from big tech, when in reality it is a consolidated effort between both parties to take all of our information, right? Thank you for the $2, Karma. I appreciate it. Who here is in favor of our own Johnny Silverhand? I don't know if I'm just old or something, but I don't even know what that is. But thank you for the $2. Appreciate it, Karma Monkey.
Engagement regardless of the consequences. And for too long, big tech has had a free pass while kids and teens face real harm online, including predatory design features, dangerous AI chatbots, and data brokers profiting off their personal information. And we simply cannot allow this to continue. It's long past time for Congress to step in and pass legislation that protects our kids and teens and reins in big tech. Now, the Bipartisan Kids Act does just that. It's a comprehensive bill that addresses a problem everyone in Congress cares deeply about. And
they don't give a shit, man. They don't give a shit. They don't care. And they're going to try to act like they care, but they don't. How do I spread awareness? I mean, it's like how we say in every single video, badinternetbills.com, spread these videos around to your parents, guardians, grandparents, whoever. People need to know that this is happening, right? Because this is baffling to me, but apparently a lot of people don't even know that this involves IDs, right? They just hear social media ban, right? Kids can't be on social media. And a lot of people think, oh, that's a good thing, right? We need to get these kids off social media, right? But I guess people don't understand how that's enforced. How do you get kids off social media? They have to start mandating everybody, not just the kids, everybody. You, me, your grandpa, everybody has to submit an ID so they can tell whether we are kids or not. And that's where it gets to the point where it's like, well, damn, they just want everybody's information. What are we supposed to? Okay, even if it's unrelated to social media, ID leaks happen all the time. I made a live stream recently. This was only like what, like almost a little more than a week ago. 3 million IDs got leaked in Texas. This had nothing to do with social media. This was on some like national park or something, or for people in Texas who like to hunt. 3 million government IDs got leaked in one state. Imagine the data leaks if everybody's ID is on social media. Could you guys imagine? I mean, holy shit, dude. Those data leaks would be unbelievable. And that is one of the main reasons that we got to stop this.
And that's keeping kids and teens safe online. The Kids Act mandates safeguards, parental tools, and policy across video games, social media platforms.
Yeah, exactly, Jax.
Including social gaming platforms like Roblox and chatbots. Platforms are required to limit addictive.
I don't know, Jacob. I can't give an opinion on whether they will pass it in the Senate because, to be honest, I don't know. But I mean, obviously, I hope that they don't. But you know, yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens.
Design features, restrict sharing minors' geolocation data, turn off personalized recommendation systems that drive user engagement, and a lot more. And the Kids Act also changes the business incentives driving big tech's desire to keep kids on their platforms by protecting minors' data.
He sounds like a robot. He does sound a little robotic.
These critical privacy protections from the current age of 12 to teens up to the age of 17. The bill also bans targeted advertising to kids and teens and ensures that websites can only collect and retain limited kids' data that is necessary to provide a product or service.
So think about that, right? He has an issue with websites collecting the data of children, right? Making sure that they collect as little data as possible. And yet their solution is to collect the IDs and AI facial scans of anybody that uses social media. They are against data collection, but their way to enforce that is to collect everybody's data. Hello? That doesn't even make any sense.
It also requires data brokers that sell minors' data to register with the Federal Trade Commission and pay an annual fee, bringing transparency to a secretive process and a crucial first step towards ending the practice of data brokers selling kids' data. And Mr. Speaker, I can't express enough gratitude to all of the parents who have shared their stories and fought for Congress to come together and take action to save other parents from ever experiencing what they went through. I know. Again,
don't mean to be a douchebag, but the parents who lost their kids because of things on social media, that is very unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it is your job as a parent or guardian to keep an eye on your kids. Thank you so much, Blue, for the 10 gifted. Appreciate you. Shout out to my man, Blue. Everybody who's a member, you guys can use the Blue emote, which we like to spam whenever he gives memberships. Thank you so much, Blue. Appreciate you, man.
There are parents who would like Congress to go even further than the Kids Act, and I want to be clear. The Kids Act is a floor, not a ceiling. The preemption language in the Kids Act is written with the explicit...
Oh, it is a floor. We're going to put it in the fucking ground. You just wait, man. I do not want this to get past the Senate. If it does, that's going to really suck. But I really hope this dies in the Senate.
Intent of ensuring that states have the authority to pass and enforce stronger state laws, including those with a duty of care. It's also intended to ensure that ongoing lawsuits against social media companies, chatbots providers, and social gaming companies brought by state attorneys general and attorneys on behalf of parents and kids can continue, including those based on a duty of care and consumer protection laws. So I'm proud to lead
His
this
speech is
legislation
made by
alongside
ChatGPT.
Chairman Guthrie for many months.
I mean, I just remember that this is AI age verification. The way that they implement these acts are from AI. So I would not be surprised if these guys prepared some ChatGPT speeches. 1,000 viewers. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm so irrelevant. I'm not worth 1,000 viewers. I appreciate you guys for listening to my boring voice.
Now, the Energy and Commerce Committee has been working on legislative solutions to protect.
Tell that guy to make me fried chicken. Yeah, I already made that joke. He looks like Colonel Sanders. Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate you, John. You all should look at civicresultsmap.org. They are doing this to us whether we like it or not. Well, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to stop it, you know, because that's what that mentality is going to result in this passing faster. We should still try to stop it no matter how inevitable this looks, you know. But thank you for the $5, John. Appreciate it.
Our kids and teens online, and this comprehensive bipartisan bill is the result of those ongoing negotiations. This is an example of how the Energy and Commerce Committee works its best. It also
this is an example of how they work their best to harvest your data. That is what they do best.
Grateful for the tireless work of Representative Castor, a senior committee member.
Thank you for the $5. Appreciate you, Byte DD. Appreciate you, Byte DD, for all the donations on those streams. Really appreciate it, man. Everyone IDs gets hacked and leaked. These guys, oh no, anyways, collect the leaked kids' IDs and collect the kids. I mean, we already know they did that on a certain island. But yeah, so in terms of the ID leaks, remember that Discord had that ID leak and they are still proceeding with global age verification. They already had a data leak in the two countries they were doing it in, the UK and Australia, and they are still going to be doing this globally. In fact, it's funny you know, this whole thing is happening right now. Discord actually is rolling out their global age verification. If you guys saw this video that I made, I believe it was a few days ago, 5 days ago, they have started age verification with their new third-party vendor where they say, oh, don't worry, guys, we're just going to ask for your credit card. That's a lot safer, right? Why would we trust you with any of our information when you guys shit already got leaked? What?
Has been a steadfast champion of the strongest possible protection for kids on.
Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate it, Karma Monkey. I say limit terms on Congress, Fed minimum wage, income, age limit, vote for me for Congress. Yeah, we've already discussed the age limit. This is something that I have gone on many rants about if you guys have watched the streams, but it really annoys me, and I'm not trying to be ageist here. I'm just keeping it real, right? It really annoys me that for everybody in this chat and myself, you know who makes the decisions for our lives? 60, 70, 80, 90-year-olds. Hello? What do you guys know about the internet and the culture of the world, right? If you are a 80-year-old making decisions for the country, all of your viewpoints are from 1940 or 50 when you grew up. Hello? How the fuck are you going to tell us how law works in 2020? These people who are making these laws for us, the people who we just watched, the two people who we just watched probably have a combined age of 132. You know what I mean? How the hell are you guys going to tell us about the internet when the internet is something that has been developing and social media has become a developing new thing, right? So that's the type of thing that, you know, it really annoys me that like a lot of these people who are like older are making policy about things that are modern. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate it. John, definitely not saying do nothing, just saying the site shows that they likely cheated the last election to push all this garbage to do. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, you can have your opinions on whatever, but I'm glad you're not saying to not do anything, because that's the main thing that I want to preach. I mean, this is not a political channel, right? I never wanted to do any type of videos on politics, and I never will. But again, this is something, as I've been saying, goes way beyond politics. This goes way beyond the party system. This goes way beyond what you support. If we don't stop this shit, all of us are going to have to submit an ID to use the internet and to watch the stream that we are watching right now. Think about that.
So I urge my colleagues to vote yes on the KIDS Act to make the internet a safer place for our kids and teens, and I reserve the balance of my time, Mr. Speaker.
Man, these older people, man, they're just making these decisions for us. So here's another person who I believe is in favor of this. So this is another person who's in favor of this. Yeah, let's go hear what she has to say. Appreciate everybody for watching.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of H.R. 7757, the Kids Internet and Digital Safety Act, or the KIDS Act. Children today are growing up in a digital world that looks dramatically different than it did just a generation ago. While technology has created tremendous opportunities to learn and to connect, it has also exposed young people to online predators, sexual exploitation, privacy violations, and increasingly sophisticated threats driven by artificial intelligence.
This is how they trick people, right? They talk about all the horrible things that can happen to kids on the internet and say, this is why we need to take action. This is why we need your ID to protect the kids. When in reality, okay, How do kids get phones? How does a 10-year-old get a phone? There's two ways. Either they steal it or their parents or guardians buy it for them, right? So if you bought your kid a device and they use your internet, why don't you moderate what they do? Why don't you do that? I hate when parents act like the phone is glued to the kid's hands or something, or if you take the phone away from them, they're gonna hit you with a freaking Mike Tyson peekaboo right hook to the noggin. Are you their parent or are they your parent? I mean, you need to actually raise your children. Like, what are you talking about?
Parents are doing everything they can to protect their children online, but should not have to navigate these challenges alone.
Oh, the challenges. Oh my God, the horror. The challenges of being a parent. Hey, that's crazy. It's almost like you did this voluntarily. What are you talking about? Challenges. Take the phone away. Just turn off the internet if you have to. What challenges do you mean? Like, get out of here with that shit, man. Stop making it seem like watching what your kids do on the internet is like the hardest thing in the world. Oh, the horror, the challenges. Shut the fuck up, man.
This legislation includes 2 bipartisan bills that I have
But I appreciate you guys for watching. I love you all.
been honored to lead. The first is the Promoting a Safer Internet for Minors Act. I want to thank my co-lead and fellow Floridian, Darren Soto, for his support and partnership on this legislation. This bill recognizes that education is one of the strongest tools we have to protect children.
Exactly, Floof. Yeah, I mean, the challenges that they're referring to is the fact that how most parents and guardians parent nowadays? They give their kids an iPad and then they go do whatever they want. The kid is on the iPad for 8 hours a day. What do you think is going to happen? Obviously, they're going to probably see some bad stuff or talk to some bad people. If they're spending their entire day on the freaking device, what the hell? You know what I mean? Where's Chris Hansen when you need him? Okay, I'm about to tell you guys something that is going to disappoint you guys. But from everything I've read, Chris Hansen is in favor of age verification. If you guys don't believe me, we can look this up right now. From what I've seen, Chris Hansen is in favor of age verification. What's it called? There was some articles that I've read that said he's in support of it. I don't know if he is or isn't, but I hope that I'm wrong. I hope he is not in favor of it. I'm not going to trust the fucking AI overview, but there were some things that I've seen about him being in favor of age verification. I really, really, really hope I'm wrong. If somebody can find some information where he says he's against age verification, feel free to share it in the chat. Please, somebody prove me wrong on that. But I remember reading something that said that he is in favor of age verification. And no, I'm not going to trust that AI overview. You guys know how I feel about this.
Before they become victims. It directs the Federal Trade Commission to establish a nationwide public awareness campaign that equips parents, educators, and communities with practical, up-to-date guidance on helping children navigate.
From my conversations with Schlep, and when I explained to him the ID aspect of it, yeah, he is against it.
Internet safely and responsibly. The second is COPPA 2.0, which I am proud to lead along with Congressman Tim Walberg. When Congress enacted the Online Children's Privacy Protection Act nearly 3 decades ago, social media did not exist, and online platforms were not collecting massive amounts of personal information to build.
Oh, man. Like, it's such a funny detail that they mention when they talk about the collection of data. Like they're so against that. So your way to combat the collection of data on children is to collect the data of everybody. In what fucking world? Can somebody play some clown music? In what fucking world does that make sense? You want to combat data collection of kids by collecting the IDs of everybody who uses social media. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense.
User profiles and deliver targeted advertising.
Oh no, the targeted advertising, that's so bad. What about you guys collecting our IDs and putting it in a database? What the hell?
This bill brings our privacy laws into the modern era by extending important protections to teenagers, limiting unnecessary data collection, prohibiting targeted advertising to children and to teens, creating clear expectations for tech platforms, and giving...
How about creating clear expectations for kids as a parent or a guardian? How about that?
Families greater control about their personal information. Together, these provisions reflect a simple principle.
What do you mean I can't hype the stream? I don't know if you can hype streams. I don't know if that's a thing, but if you guys could leave a like on the stream, I'd appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. You guys don't have to donate as long as you guys leave a like and you know, that I would appreciate that. Thank you so much, antagonistic. You guys don't have to donate. Appreciate you. I watched this live. All the live chatters were practically yelling no in the chat. It's almost like people don't want this. Oh yeah, I'm sure the live stream of the chat was crazy. Thank you so much for the $5, antagonistic.
Children online requires both empowering families with the information they need and ensuring that online platforms.
So glad you don't rely on the AI reviews. Yeah, I mean, I want the information to come from some sort of actual news organization or some sort of interview or something, you know, because the AI generated shit, I can never trust that.
Platforms handle children's personal information responsibly. Technology will continue to evolve, and our laws must evolve with it. I am grateful to Chairman Guthrie, Subcommittee Chairman Bilirakis, and my colleagues on the committee for their partnership in advancing this
partnership in stealing our data. Let me finish your sentence for you. You're welcome.
Legislation, and I urge all of my colleagues to support the KIDS Act. Thank you.
I hate your colleagues, and I hate you. You and your colleagues are going to be the reason why we're all going to have to hand over an ID to use social media. I mean, look at these guys acting like this is such a huge win as well, man. Like, I'm just so frustrated with these people, and like, I'm so glad that they get ratioed on Twitter, but unfortunately that doesn't really mean anything in terms of actual law. You know what I mean? Proud to join House GOP and support the KIDS Act because parents shouldn't have to fight big tech alone. They act like this is some sort of war, like 300 or some shit. Like this is Sparta or something. Dude, just take the phone away from them if you feel like it's a problem. What do you mean a war, dude? Oh my, or what do you mean a big fight, you know, against big tech? Man, get the hell out of here with that shit, man. Come on. Colleagues, you mean co-conspirators? Exactly, defective parts. So true. That's so true. This crucial legislation establishes safety by default, strengthens data privacy for minors. What? Hey, give me your ID and give me your kid's ID. We're strengthening data privacy. Redundancy right there. That's some redundancy. Oh, I can see you're dehydrated. Do you want to drink some fire? I mean, like, could you tell me something a little bit more contradictory? I mean, what the fuck does that even mean, dude? Data privacy by handing over an ID? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. For years, Congress has worked to find 21st century solutions to the real dangers that children and teens face online. Oh my God. All of these people need to be thrown out of office. I mean, it is unreal. This legislation represents an important step forward in Congress, protect kids online, hold big tech accountable. They keep saying the same thing, but just remember, I'm not going to let you guys forget this because they seem to want you to forget this. But Meta is paying for IDH verification. They have been proven to be lobbying for IDH verification. Do you know what that means? That means that the people in the House, in the Senate, in politics, they are paying them and saying, yeah, we want IDH verification. It's already been proven. It's a fact. It's already been proven. I've already made videos talking about it, showing the evidence. There's a guy who made a good Reddit post about it too, where he collected all the data and everything. Meta is paying for IDH verification. So they're trying to act like it's, you know, the parents versus big tech, when in reality, it's us versus all these corrupt pieces of shit. They're misrepresenting the two sides of this battle, you know? What's it called? I commend Chairman Goodman. Oh my God, dude. So this is like a speaker. He's literally the Speaker of the House. He holds a very important position in politics, and he's over here lauding at this freaking IDH verification shit, man. This is the woman who we were just hearing talk. House, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Safer internet for minors. Oh, man. COPPA 2.0. Do you guys remember what COPPA is, by the way? Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, I believe it's called. Or yeah, that caused some stuff to happen on YouTube back in 2020. Thank you so much for the $10. Appreciate. Oh my God, the donates. Yeah, guys, you don't have to donate. Thank you so much. I appreciate each one of you. Thank you for the 10. Karma Monkey loved they say our data when French personal info got breached and a third of the country got hacked. Don't forget personal ID verification got leaked. Yes. Let me remind you guys what Karma Monkey is talking about. France had a third of their entire country's information get hacked 2 months ago. Government IDs, a government ID portal. France has a population of about 64, 65 million, and they had 20 million people get their IDs leaked. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the 10. I don't even know how to say your name, but I'm just going to call you Z5D. Thank you. What's the point of stopping one bill? Even if it's blocked, another one will come later. Some lawmakers push for more surveillance, keep trying with behind the scenes deals and promises to get support. I mean, with that logic, it's like, what's the point of doing anything because we're all going to die anyways? You know what I mean? I would rather fight when we can as opposed to just giving up and bending over for the government to fuck us. You know what I mean? I would rather fight, and I'm sure most people would rather fight as well. And if we can even block one or two of these bills from passing, that's a win in my book. And I'll take any way that we can stall this process or stop it from happening as a W. You know what I mean? But thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5, Lucchini. Why do these old head senators act like a kid/teen having a phone is a necessity? Seems like they grew up just fine without any technology. Yeah. And again, even if you feel like, you know, a phone or whatever is a problem, then just take it away from the kids. If you feel like social media is a problem, just don't let them use social media. I mean, you are the parent after all. I think people forget that. You have the ability to parent your children. That is your choice. So here's a tweet from the House Republicans. Again, this is very heavily promoted, bipartisan. The Kids Act requires age verification on obscene websites, sets nationwide standards enforced by the FTC, and empowers parents. They empower parents by taking away the parents' ability to parent their children. Makes zero sense. Makes no sense at all. So the age verification on obscene websites, as a reminder, 2023 in the UK, that is exactly how this all started. ID age verification for adult websites. Now it's social media. You have to submit an ID to use social media. Your grandma's fingerprints, we need them too. I mean, what the hell, man? Today the House took a massive step, whatever. We'll finally enact the safeguards parents have been asking for. Reed Sherman, whatever. Yeah, oh my God, man. I'm so glad that they get ratioed on Twitter, but again, unfortunately, that's not going to result in us getting votes for this. But, oh my God, actually, you know what? I just remembered something. Oh, they turned the comments off. You. Oh my God, these guys are cowards. I wanted to read the comments on what everybody had to say. They already know what the comments would be. Oh, is this live chat active? Okay, let's read some of the live chat here.
The chair recognizes the gentleman.
I guess a lot of people weren't watching the stream. Yeah, looks like a lot of people weren't watching the stream. But yeah, man. Oh my God, dude. That is just insane to me. But once again, I'm going to periodically remind you guys of this. It passed in the House. Yes, that is bad, but it still has to go through the Senate first, you know, before we like really need to start worrying. So in terms of it getting to the Senate, this is our chance and this is our opportunity to make sure that our voices are heard with the politicians that are going to be representing us in the Senate, right? So contact your senators, right? Contact them. badinternetbills.com. There's plenty of other websites out there at EFF. Let them know how you feel, right? And the way that I always say, don't just say, hey, I don't support this bill. Say, hey, I will vote for your opposition if you support this bill, right? The way you have to talk to people who are in power and want money and control is you have to threaten their position. That's the only way, right? You got to tell them, hey, I'm not going to vote for you anymore. You could even lie and say, hey, I've been a supporter of you for years. And I've been supporting you for years. I was there when you were born, buddy. But if you support this shit, I'm out. You know, I'm not voting for you ever again. Thank you so much for the 10 Pundemodium. Appreciate it. Alcohol was banned during the Prohibition. If we repealed an amendment, we can repeal anything. If it passed the Senate, never give up. Oh, yeah. Never give up regardless. I'm just saying that when it passes the Senate, then we have something to like really worry about. Right now, we still are in a good position here to be able to stop something. You know what I mean? And yes, I agree. Even if it does pass the Senate, that doesn't mean it's over. We still can fight, you know? But thank you for the 10. Thank you so much for the 5, Stratus. Why don't parents use parental controls? They've been around for over a decade. Okay, most parents, I'm going to say, are too lazy and they don't want to use the parental controls because they don't want to put in the effort to learn it. But there are also others of them that actually don't know that parental controls exist. So if they did want to make a push of laws that are supposed to like, keep the kids safe or whatever, this whole thing of, empowering parents that they keep on saying, hold on, let me ban this brick. This whole thing of like empowering the the parents, that would be effective if it was this whole thing of let's teach the parents how to use parental controls. Imagine if that was a law, like where the social media has to be mandated to have parents use parental controls or something. I don't know, some system like that, right? Just anything that doesn't have to do with IDs or AI facial scans and stuff like that, right? If they just wanted to go ahead and make parents use parental controls, that's another system that they could have done. But again, they don't give a shit about that. They want surveillance, right? Thank you so much for the $5. Common Monkey, appreciate it. 50 colors of getting T-heed by ID. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have 50 nations of IDs as well, the way they're trying to do it, you know? So I don't know, man. But again, just remember, just because it passed the House doesn't mean it's over. It ain't over till it's over, man. Don't give up. So this was like their main tweet that they've pinned. Let's see some reaction to this, right? So tonight the House passed the House Commerce's Bipartisan Kids Act. This is a major step towards a safer online world for kids, whatever. No one wants it. We see what you're doing. You do not care about kids. You do not care about people. You're doing it all for money, power, control. So here's some, I don't know where they pulled this from, but they highlighted only 13% believe the government has the most responsibility for protecting young people from online dangers. So again, most people of intelligence would obviously assume that it's up to the parents and guardians to protect their kids on the internet. If you give your kids access to anything, you have to also protect them from the negative aspects of that thing. That's just common sense. Right? Still not going through the Senate? Yeah, I really hope not, man. Senate is the one pushing it, who pushed it more aggressively than the House. I really hope that's not true. I really, really hope that's not true. So again, here's the names of the people who said no to this. Do want to give a shout out to them. Hopefully they didn't say no because they want something stricter. But again, shout out to the people who are at least trying to fight with us and they think that this is a bad law. And these are the people who said yeah. So boo these people and make sure they get voted out of office because this is insane to me, man. 1K like club. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for liking. Thank you guys so much. And remember, guys, you guys don't have to donate. I really, really appreciate everybody who donated, but not necessary. Just leave a like on the video or leave a like on the stream. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys. So here's the roll call of members of Congress who betrayed the Constitution and the American people by voting yes on the Kids Act. The sickest part is these people use protecting kids as an excuse to further insert government between parents and children, all while establishing a surveillance infrastructure. Exactly. Oh, man. Can't you use a fake ID? I would not recommend doing that because I'm going to assume that in some way, shape, or form that is illegal. If you do want to circumvent these ID age verification laws, I would always recommend using a VPN, right? Now, there are certain states and certain countries, for example, the UK and Utah, in terms of the United States, that are trying to ban VPNs, right? But as something that we've discussed many times on this channel, I don't know how you actually enforce a VPN ban, It doesn't really seem feasible, so I would always recommend using a VPN. Still shocked that no VPN company has sponsored me, because I would love to promote a VPN, but I need to make sure that they're a good one. I need to make sure that they're not like a corrupt one or something. Because I think I wanted to work with NordVPN at one point, but I heard some bad things about them. I need to make, if I'm going to promote something to you guys, I need to make sure that it's actually good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's something that I've been looking into. But for those of you guys who missed it, these are the official votes. What's called made by this douchebag over here who has a hard on for age verification. This guy is he loves it so much. So this is what the official numbers look like. It was 162 Republicans that voted yes. So more Republicans actually voted on this than Democrats. Actually, maybe there's just more Republicans in the House. I don't know. 104 Democrats said yes, but 85 said no. So the Democrats were actually a lot more against this than the Republicans were. They had a large percentage that were for this. 24 did not vote for Republicans. 23 did not vote for Democrats. And 275 votes overall for yes, 117 for no. So shout out to everybody that said no. I mean, again, at least there's some people out there that care about privacy and they're trying to fight, right? But yeah, that is very, very unfortunate that it passed, but it is not over. Do not give up. This is something that we can definitely still fight, right? It still has to go through the Senate. Mobile is very good at using them. You have to pay, but if you're free VPNs are sketchy. Yeah, and if I was ever to promote a VPN service, I wouldn't want one that is expensive. You know what I mean? I'm not going to promote something where you have to spend hundreds of dollars on it or something like that. That's stupid. Kids Act requires age verification. Yeah, we already heard what these guys say. A new U.S. bill called the Kids Act is facing pushback from the EFF, which says it could require age verification. Let's see what people had to say about this. Again, I just want to keep saying this periodically as well. I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so what's it called? Yeah, man, there's so many politicians over here that are like jumping for joy. Yay, we did it. And it's like, yeah, cool. You fucking guys just want our information, huh? Proud to join House GOP and support the Kids Act because parents shouldn't have to fight big tech alone. Yeah, we already went over when they keep saying the fight thing. Oh my God, just okay. Here's another one. So this guy is Representative Jake Auchincloss or whatever his name is. I voted yes on the Kids Act tonight because it takes modest federal action against the productization of children online. Modest federal action equals everybody has to hand over an ID in the United States to use the internet. Modest, huh? Really? Is this for the whole United States or just state law? No, this is for the whole US. Right, guys? I'm pretty sure this is a federal bill or federal act or whatever. I believe it's federal. But yeah, and even if it wasn't, there's so many states that have been trying to enact social media laws anyways that it's almost national anyways. You know what I mean? It's federal bill? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. So, you know, like social media age limits, once again, how are age limits enacted? Fucking through IDs. So it's not just, oh, stop your kids from going on social media. No, it's like, oh, we're going to stop them by having you hand over an ID. What persistently holds back bolder federal action is the framing of social media regulations as oh man, this guy really did this. You prick. Okay, let's look at this part specifically. What persistently holds back bolder federal action is the framing of social media regulation as an infringement upon free speech. Reach is not speech. Algorithms and design features are not neutral. So he's basically saying anybody who's using the freedom of speech argument, you're wrong because reach is not speech. So this guy, again, I don't even know which side of the political aisle he's on, and I don't give a shit, right? Either way, it doesn't matter. He's a piece of shit because he is trying to frame this as we're trying to protect the kids, and this has nothing to do with freedom of speech. So he wants to steal away the anonymity of anybody in the country using the internet, and he's trying to frame it as, you know, protect the kids. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. This guy needs to be fired, and all the other people whose tweets we were just reading need to be fired as well. I mean, it's just crazy. Social media companies are miners and merchants of digital dopamine. They should be taxed and regulated to reflect that negative extra. You know, when are these politicians going to have these same energy on gambling? Because I'll tell you guys right now, and I've been saying this in other streams, I watch a lot of sports. And how many times am I watching sports and then there's all of a sudden there's a gambling ad for steak or whatever the fuck, Polymarket. How come you guys don't have the same energy on gambling, which is actually something super dangerous and can be very addictive? You know what I mean? That's just kind of a, you know, spanner in the works I'm throwing in, but you know, still, you know, I watch a lot of sports and I'm just telling you right now, there's always fucking gambling ads everywhere. I mean, holy shit. But anyways, so here's somebody replying, Kids Act just allows big tech to yoink more user data, and legally you are handing them an excuse on a silver platter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's another vote that you will not get from our citizens. Yeah, I mean, again, hopefully these people do not ever get voted back into office ever again. It's just crazy. Middle fingers to these corrupt politicians. Exactly, yeah. I mean, these guys are all corrupt. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. If you say yes to this act, you are, in my eyes, a fucking idiot. Spent years in Congress working to pass legislation that would protect years, huh? So this person has been freaking trying to enact mass surveillance for years. Pleased to support the bipartisan Kids Act, which will strengthen the youth protect. Oh my God, man, this is like making my blood pressure go up. I'm already. They're taking advantage of me having 5 chins and having high blood pressure. Youth privacy protections online. Privacy protections. In what world, in what universe does handing over an ID protect your privacy? In what world does doing an AI facial scan where they look at the angle of your nose, how does that protect your privacy? It's the most backwards, redundant thing I've ever heard. It makes no sense. Today, okay, all right. You know what? Let's look at this. Today, I voted no on the Kids Act and remain dedicated to working across the aisle to negotiate legislation that will create meaningful change to protect kids, not half measures that allow. Oh my God. So this person wants something stricter? Is that what they're saying? And so this is another thing that, you know, it makes it hard for me to give credit to some of the people who voted no on this. It seems like they just want something worse. Okay, let's give this a read. I'm incredibly concerned about the health and safety. Okay, whatever. I voted no because we have a real opportunity to pass. Okay. But actually, okay. This legislation completely omits the Senate passed duty of care. Oh my God. Okay, so they basically just want more. So basically what this person is saying is I voted no because this wasn't strict enough. Good God, man. Oh my God, man. Glad to, oh yeah, this is the guy that we just heard yapping earlier. Congress finally passed. Okay, who are these guys? We defend America's families. Oh my God. Have built it. Oh my God. You know what? Hold on. Your entire organization is full of shit for supporting mass surveillance laws. What is their tagline? What did it say? We defend America's families. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Thank you for the $5, Dan Stance. Appreciate that. In an ideal world, age ID would be a bipartisan no. Beef up COPPA, but no ID. All groups, Christians, families, etc. should say no. Big Brother ID. Yeah, I mean, everybody, regardless of your political affiliation or whatever, you know, should be saying no to digital ID. You know what? Okay, let's make good use of our time. Let's just start fucking tweeting these people. I know they're not gonna, I know I'm irrelevant and none of them are gonna reply, but let's just do it anyways. Glad to see the Kids Act pass the House with the law. Yep, okay. All right, hold on 1 second. You should be fired and be and never be near politics ever again. You are an embarrassment of a I can't even spell. I'm so mad. You're an embarrassment of a. How do you spell this word? I'm stupid. Okay, there you go. Of a politician for pushing this law. Okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do, guys. Again, I know I'm irrelevant, but I support their socialist enemies now. I mean, to be honest, I'll just support the people who are against this. I mean, I don't care about whatever Democrat, Republican, socialist, whatever. I mean, fucking whatever, dude. At least you don't need ChatGPT. Yeah, dude. I mean, my tweets of me being stupid, they're all, at least for me. Our children, okay, let's see. Are our greatest blessing. We have a duty to everything in our power to protect them from the serious dangers they face online. I am proud to vote for Kids Act tonight to enact federal age verification. Oh my God, man. What you meant to say was federal mass surveillance. I don't know another way to say mass surveillance, so I'm just going to say mass surveillance. You suck. I'm going to be a little juvenile here, but you know, whatever. You know what? I'm just going to start tweeting at all of these people. I need to go. Okay. Here, this is the one that I wanted to read. So it's funny how you are against the collection of children's data, and yet your solution. You guys can see how fat my fingers are. I keep fat fingering keys. Yet your solution to for that is to collect the biometric, the IDs and biometric data of everyone on social media. Is there, can I put a GIF here? Is there, did you just blow in from Stupid Town? Please tell me they have that. No, what? No way. No, okay, I'm not gonna put that one. Man, there's no, did you just blow in from Stupid Town? Okay, hold on, I have to do that one. Did you just blow in from Stupid Town? I'm just gonna have to put in an image. I'm sorry, guys, this is important. Yeah, this one right here. Wait, no, I don't want the eye funny thing on it. Okay, hold on. Man, these guys, they all have watermarks on them. Thank you guys all for watching this stream, by the way. I really appreciate everybody. I'm just trying to bring some levity to this situation, right? Because I know it seems all doom and gloom. But, like, just remember that we can fight these laws. God damn it, man. These have watermarks on them. Oh, is it because I'm too zoomed in? I don't think they have watermarks. Never mind. Okay. Copy. Use snipping tool? Oh, you dude. You're so smart. Sorry, I'm really dumb. Where was it? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I don't think it pasted properly, but whatever. Okay. Powerful evidence that Meta, TikTok, and others. Okay, no. Does this have to do with the Kids Act? Not force. Should be rejected. Oh, okay. Oh wait, no, I think no, never mind. I think he's in favor of more stricter Kids Act. The Kids Act is not a win; it's a slap in the face to parents survive. Yeah, these people want more strict stuff, dude. It's crazy. Perfect tweet. Thanks, guys. I already tweeted at them. Who's next? Who's next? Passes House GOP, whatever today's internet has made. Okay. All right. It's a major victory for parents and guardians. I'm grateful. You don't give a shit about kids. You should be fired right now. I've run out of things to say, but you know what? Whatever. Fuck it, dude. My bipartisan kids. Wait, he made the act? Oh, this is a fucking culprit right here. Hold on. Let me make sure it's him. Who made the USA Kids Act? It says something else. Okay, well, he gave himself credit for it, so I'm gonna just take his word for it. Big tech has had a free pass for too long. Today that changes. Okay. The only thing that should change is your ass being in office. Fuck it, dude. This is what we're doing now. Okay, thank you for the $10, a boy named Blue. I appreciate the donation. I try to avoid the religious and political topics, but thank you for the $10. Appreciate it. Mission Silo, $2. Thank you so much. NC prison inmates take over holding hostages. Should we keep going, guys? Are you guys having fun at least? Again, I want you guys to turn your frowns upside down. This shit ain't over yet. It still has to go to the Senate. You know what I mean? Let me know if you want me to keep going. I'll tweet everybody, dude. More? Okay, cool. The internet. Okay, so these guys are in favor of this. Okay. It's truly disappointing how the Senate still remain. Okay. You're on our side. Pass the Kids Act. This common sense bill. Is common sense one word? It's not, right? Common sense is not one word. Okay. Hold on. Text. Okay, more tools to keep. Okay. Just give me 1 second here. This bill has so little. No, you know what? You have so little common sense that you think it is one word. Who's next? Come on. Thank you for the 10 gifted Blue. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 10 gifted Blue. Let's get some W's for Blue. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's go back to the main culprits, which is the energy people. Yeah, these fucking guys. Okay, hold on. Let me look at their thing. Okay, did I already tweet at the end? This is a major step towards... Okay, I think I might have already retweeted this one. Minor spelling mistake? Oh, fuck. Really? Hold on. You have so little common sense that you think it is one word. No, I didn't spell anything wrong. Unless you meant him. Thank you for the $10, GG. Appreciate it. Still waiting on the I don't even know what that is, but thank you so much for $10. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm old. I was born in 1923. With that age, they might put me in politics, boys. They're like, hey, you're 100 years old. You have the right to decide about the internet. Like, holy shit. Okay, anyways. Okay, so we already tweeted this guy. Who else we need to? Okay, Nick. Tonight, the House passed with the strong bipartisan. As a father of two, I know parents, not big tech, should be in the driver's seat when it comes to. Okay. All right. Well, what can I say? That's kind of clever to this guy. Family. Okay. Family. Wait, what did he say? Holds big tech accountable for putting profits ahead of our kids. Our children deserve a safer internet. Okay. Your kids secretly wish you were fired. You know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm not even gonna think about anything clever anymore. We're just shooting at the hip here. Okay. This is probably really immature, but I don't give a shit. Okay. We got to tell them what's what. All right. Okay, what do you, tonight we will help kids to, I believe families should have the tools. Oh my god, man. I already tweeted this guy, right? The Kids Act. Did I tweet at this guy yet, Steve? I think I already did. Okay. Appreciate you guys so much for watching the stream. Vote him out of office. Yeah, dude. Proud to join. Did I tweet at this guy? I don't think so. I would have remembered his name. Bob Latta. Proud to join House GOP and support the Kids Act because parents shouldn't have to fight big tech alone. Crucial legislation. Okay. We will be proud after you step down. Whatever, dude. Fuck these guys, man. But hey, you know, while we're joking, again, I gotta just keep saying this over and over throughout the stream. It passed the House. It didn't pass the Senate. It's not over yet. Okay? Keep your chins up, guys. Not over yet. Thank you guys so much, everybody who's been watching this stream. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much for everybody who subscribed. Appreciate it. Maybe we can hit 241 before the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Okay. Oh my God, man. So who else do we need to get? Parents, not big tech, should decide what's best for. Wait. I spoke in support. Wow. What? That doesn't make any sense. Well, you started off strong. She said parents, not big tech, should decide what's best for their children, and then you support the act that doesn't allow their parents to do anything. What are you talking about? I agree. Parents should decide what's best for their children. So why are you supporting a law that stops parents from doing their job and makes the government what's it called? Makes our government babysit the kids instead? Why are you in support of everyone's data being harvested? All right. This is the first person who I actually probably said something, slightly fair to. The others I kind of just insulted. But again, I don't care. Because anybody who supports these laws, in my eyes, they are super corrupt and need to be fired. Thank you, Gloomy. Appreciate you. You're right. It's not over yet. Remember, guys, it's not over. All right. Parents should decide what's best for their children. Yep, true. Should decide yet. They still want to decide for. Yeah, true. What do we do if it does pass the Senate? I mean, same thing we've been doing. We just got to keep emailing politicians. I've never claimed to be a legal expert, so I don't want to give you guys wrong information. But I believe after it passes the Senate, I think it still has to get signed into a law by the president, if I remember correct. Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that? But I believe it has to get signed into law by the president, which he will likely do because he is in favor of age verification as well, according to the White House's statement. So, yeah. Needs to be signed. Okay. Just making sure. I hate when streamers and whatever. I mean, I'm nobody. I'm not an influencer. I'm literally a nobody. But I hate when influencers and streamers give their audience wrong information without fact checking. That's why I don't want to say something that I'm not sure of. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for becoming a DH Elite Brustcole. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Today's children are growing up in a starkly different world than any generation has ever seen. They will grow up in a worse world now because their data, as well as their parents' data, is now at a massive risk of being leaked because of your corrupt asses. Thank you for the $2, Sakurai. Appreciate it. They handed big tech what they wanted, your kid's identity. True. Thank you so much for the $2. Appreciate it. Again, you guys don't have to donate. Just leave a like on the stream. That means enough. And make sure you guys are subscribed. Thank you. Oh, we're almost there. 241K, almost. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Okay, back to harassing these politicians. Proud that language to ban disappearing messaging on kids' accounts. My bill, the Safe Messaging for Kids Act, is included in the Bipartisan Kids Act. Protecting children online is one of the most important issues facing not parents but Congress. Okay. Kids Act is a decisive action towards increasing safety online for kids. The only thing increasing is the amount of data leaks that will happen because of your bullshit law. Because of your bullshit laws, I should say. It's multiple laws, right? Just ignore them, guys. They're just here for attention. But anyways, okay, what else do we got here? Another day. Okay, no, that's something irrelevant. Yeah, okay. So they've just been mass retweeting people who are in support of this. It's okay, guys. Just ignore them. Let's focus on what's important. I can do this all day, bitches. All right. Well, you know, if you really want to piss them off, guys, if you guys could leave a like on the stream and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. They're mad because I made a video talking about the fact that they fuck their own mothers, so they're mad about that. So here's another guy who's been really in favor of ID age verification. This guy is someone who I've tweeted at a lot. He has a hard-on for ID age verification, so this guy is someone who I've frequently tweeted at. I'm not an elected official. I'm just a guy. Yeah, dumb guy. We're on to the Senate. Yeah. All right. Schlep over Schwep. I like that. I like that, Boy 3 Productions. I always make time for my fans. So this is one of those losers who like rage baits on Twitter, and he just sits on Twitter all day replying to people. I mean, think about how sad your life has to be, where your life is dedicated to pissing people off. And then that's how you do it, you know? I mean, and he was apparently like a former like Trump official or something, or at least that's what he says. I don't know if he's a liar. Former Trump official, FTC. I don't know. I mean, dude's just a complete idiot. I don't know. But he is one of the strongest ID age verification pushers in the country. Right now, passed the Senate, only the House. Yep, yeah. Remember, guys, don't get it misconstrued. It passed in the House, not the Senate. So just remember that we still have a chance. You know. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate you. We should bribe these politicians to be against these acts. They're already getting bribed by Meta to be for these acts, unfortunately. Might I remind you guys that Meta is funding ID age verification. They are lobbying for it. In case you guys don't know what that means that they are paying politicians to, you know, make these bills and to, enact these laws. So, unfortunately, we don't have more money than Meta, so the only way we can make our voice heard is by emailing them and letting them know how much we hate these laws. And I guess maybe making some petty tweets at them every now and then. But, proud to have my bank drained if kids are safe. By Didi, it's okay, man. You do not have to donate. But thank you so much for the $2. Appreciate you, man. Again, you guys do not have to donate. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for us hitting 241,000 subscribers, by the way. You guys are awesome. I will be doing more live streams. I really enjoyed these guys. Really enjoy, you know, talking to you guys, interacting with the chat. Chat is in sub-only mode. The UTTP loves you enough to subscribe. So sweet. Yeah, I mean, they're just butthurt because, like I said, they're mad that their parents are brother and sister. So when I made a video talking about that and talking about how much losers they are, they've been like trying to harass me or whatever. But it's okay. I mean, it's not my fault that their parents are siblings. So that's their own issue, you know. But anyways, let's see what else is going on with the Kids Act. Everyone make a note. DH said he's going to stream Tall Man Run. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, the Kids Act full name, Kids Internet Bill is a comprehensive bipartisan package of legislation. Who is this guy? Is he a politician? No? Okay. All right, man. I'm trying to read more of this tweet. Okay. Current status, whatever has not yet become a law. Okay, yeah, but he's providing some good information at least. I don't know if he's for it or against it yet. But yeah, let's give this a read. Okay, so current status, it has passed the House 261 to 117. It has not yet become law. It now heads to the Senate, which has its own version of Kids Online Safety Act introduced by Senator Marsha Blackburn and others. There are divisions between the chambers, with some Senate Democrats and child advocates arguing the House version is weaker. Oh my God, so they want a stronger version. What the hell? You know, 1,000 of us donating $100 would definitely get a politician's attention. Yeah, but it's okay. You guys don't have to donate. I appreciate you guys. The bill seeks to empower parents with tools and default protective settings, require online platforms to implement safeguards against harms, limit certain practices, targeted ads. Again, they always talk about data collection, and yet their solution to it is what's called having ID age verification. Damn, Blue, you're beating me to it. Blue's got some fast reaction time. Let's get some W's for Blue for, you know, handling the chat while I'm reading stuff. Thank you so much, Blue. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching as well. You know, really appreciate all of you guys. So, Title I, Screen Act, shielding minors from obscenities. What's it called? Are people spamming? It's a UTTP. Just ignore them. They're mad that their parents are still Neanderthals from the Ice Age, and their grandparents still suck their thumbs. But yeah, so Title I is a Screen Act. Platforms where a significant portion of content is sexual material harmful to minors must use commercially available age verification or estimation technologies. So that's Title I. Title II is addressing harms to minors on online platforms. So Smite doesn't racist fuck ID. Yeah, agreed. Why is no one talking about this on Twitter? I'm absolutely mad that no one is giving a damn about this. A lot of people are talking about this on Twitter. It's actually a very frequent topic of discussion. One person talking about this on Twitter a lot is this ugly guy over here. Let me go remind myself who I've tweeted at and who I haven't tweeted at. This one is crazy, but I'm not taking it back. Oh man. Can we bully more politicians? Okay, sure. I am down. Yeah, this is a very frequently discussed thing on Twitter. A lot of people have been talking about it. So Asmon Gold, Critical, or any bigger YouTuber have acknowledged this problem yet? Critical has talked about age verification as a whole, specifically on YouTube. I don't believe he's talked about age verification recently. I would love if he would. You know, that'd be great. But yeah, age verification is going crazy now. I think Critical will make a video about it, especially after this act has gotten passed, because this is going to become federal law. I mean, you know, I haven't you know, I had a little bit of a spat with some ordinary gamers, Muda, on Twitter, because he said that he believes that we kind of lost his fight. So I told him to stop with all that Twitter talk. But I do have to give him credit for making a lot of videos on age verification. So I shout out to the people who are making videos about this, because again, this is a huge deal, and we need to make sure that we talk about this type of stuff. You know, why can't we all just start an American Revolution? I mean, yeah, I mean, this definitely calls for one, especially if these laws end up getting passed. Proud to continue my work protecting kids online. Oh my God, who's this guy? Oh, come on, dude. Stronger protections for children, more tools for parents. Okay, yeah. We will all be honored when you get fired. You are one of the reasons that mass surveillance is spreading across the world. People in power of government Republican and Democrat both are dumb. Makes me think of all older politicians should be removed. Let new generation. I mean, I would agree. I think that there should be an age maximum, just like there's an age minimum. It should be in relation to like when your brain like really starts to like deteriorate a lot. Sounds like mine is already deteriorating because I can't speak. But you know, like I think it's somewhere, again, don't quote me on this, I'm not a scientist or anything, but I think it's somewhere around 60 or 70 years old when most people's brains like really experience like sharp decline. That should be the cutoff time for when you can be a politician. Because if you don't have access to your full brain power, how can you make political decisions for the whole country? You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. As the House considers the Kids Act this evening, I'm encouraged to see renewed attention on protecting children online. Man, these fucking people, dude. Who are these people? In Congress and... yeah, I don't know. Powerful evidence. Yeah, okay. Yeah, these guys, man. I don't remember seeing her. Jennifer. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Today, the House passed the Kids Act to extend privacy protections and stronger standards to reduce these harmful interactions. I voted yes because kids and teens today have more access. Okay, hold on. You voted yes because you want to harvest biometric data and you were likely paid to do so. Nobody trusts any of you that are voting yes to these awful laws. Let's see if we can get at least one person to reply to us. Like I said, I'm irrelevant, so I'm not the right person to do this, but I would love to have a conversation with some of these people. I bet you none of them will come on like a live stream. I mean, why would they validate someone as relevant as me? So they probably won't do it because of that reason. But let's say I was relevant, you know, I would just love to have a conversation with them, and I wouldn't be shitting on them like, fuck you, whatever, because obviously they're not going to listen if I do that. I would just love to have a conversation with them and explain to them why they're wrong. Because they are 100% wrong about this, and maybe they need to be explained to, you know, this by someone, you know, I'm not intelligent enough to explain it properly, but maybe they need to be explained this by somebody who actually knows how the internet works. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, you know what's going on over here? The gambling ads and the gambling stuff on the internet and whatever. And these guys don't give a shit about that. It's all about collecting data. If anyone can get an agreement through federal government to protect kids online, it's my friend, this guy. Kids Act is a strong step. Did you see that Asmongold isn't... well, thank you for the $5, Gary. Appreciate it. Did you see that Asmongold is in support of this age verification BS? He said that it's inevitable and he doesn't want teenagers on social media. Is he in support of it? I mean, that's like the 10th dumb thing that he's ever said. He's an idiot in general, but is he actually in support of it? Like, does anybody have like a clip of that or something? I mean, if he is, then, I mean, he's part of the problem. You know, he's somebody with major influence, is way more relevant than I ever will be. And so if he's for this and he's, you know, telling his audience that it's a good thing or something, or it's inevitable, yeah, I don't know. If anybody has a clip, I want to see the full context of it, you know. Keep in mind, Critical doesn't. Yeah, Critical does not support age verification. I know for a fact that he doesn't. If anyone can get an agreement through federal, yeah, whatever. Not surprised, it's kind of stupid. Yeah. I want to see the clip before I start roasting Asmongold, but because he's so idiot, he's so idiot, and I'm so idiot because he's such an idiot. I'm not surprised if that is the case, you know. But if anybody has a clip of that, I'd love to see. When I joined Energy Commerce 6 years ago, so this has been a 6-year plan for this person. Holy shit, man. Crisis has gone unanswered. I'm proud to support the Kids Act to finally move the ball forward on this issue. Oh my God, man. This is fucking crazy, man. Anyone have the clip of Asmongold saying he supports age verification? Yeah, if anybody has a clip, I'd love to see it. Again, I don't want to start roasting him. If you search up Asmongold digital ID reaction. Okay. I got it. Yeah, I can do that. Asmongold digital ID reaction. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, here's a clip. Is it 14 minutes? No fucking way. Real ID coming? Okay. I think this is the clip right here. Okay, Let's listen to the world's smartest person here.
Companies that have been, and this again, if you're surprised by this, you are a big dumb idiot. What a lot of companies are doing now is that they are doing things to effectively make sure that you don't have people that are kids getting on their website. Spotify is doing this now. YouTube is doing this now as well. Obviously, a lot of these companies are doing it to kind of get ahead of what I believe to be an obvious crackdown that's happening. This is the YouTube thing, right?
Okay, first of all, I already think he's wrong. When you say the companies are getting ahead of this obvious crackdown, why the fuck would a company, if they are against harvesting biometric data, for example, YouTube or Discord, why the fuck would they do global age verification if they are against the collection of IDs? Usually, most of these companies are actually for it. That's why they do it, right? But I guess I'll hear him out.
Obvious crackdown that's happening. This is the YouTube thing, right? And so
I think YouTube has been sued for it. Well, even if they have been, how much money does Google have? Fucking trillions of dollars of net worth. If 4chan and Kiwi Farms, which, you know, especially Kiwi Farms is a degenerate website, if those guys can sue the government and fight against ID age verification in court, why can't Discord? Why can't YouTube? Why can't Meta? Think about that. They have plenty of money. They can if they want to.
Here, and isn't it amazing how worldwide all of these incredibly sophisticated censorship measures are literally appearing in the last week? Do you want to know the reason why this is happening? It's probably because they had this bullet in the chamber and they were waiting to fire it. We are entering into an era of real ID internet. I said this was going to happen years ago, and I think especially like after all those like Tesla burnings and the political violence after the recent election, it's so obvious that that this is going to continue, right? So there's
okay, so I've made it no secret that I don't like Asmongold at all, but from the clip I just saw, it doesn't sound like he is supporting it. He sounded neutral. He didn't say whether he supports it or he doesn't. He just said it's inevitable, right? Now, still, Asmongold is a piece of shit. But yeah, he didn't say he supported it in that clip. I mean, maybe there's other clips, but yeah. But anyways, back to this. Don't worry, I guarantee it's not getting signed. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Definitely hope you're right on that one. Asmongold is a clown. Yeah, he is. I mean, just the way that he speaks about women alone. I mean, again, if like anybody who's going to defend him on that is a straight up incel, because he literally said, and I quote, "Women need to go back to doing what they're good at, being mothers or being prostitutes." He said that. Why do you dislike Asmongold? I can show you right now. If I can find the tweet. What is it? At deep, I don't know how to search things up on Twitter. From Deep Humor, I think I said inspiring when I quote retweeted him. Again, you can agree or disagree with him on the Kids Act thing, but I'm just gonna tell you why I don't like him. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Okay, so again, if you try to defend this, you're an incel. Too many fake jobs were invented to create artificial parity between men and women in the workforce. AI fixes this problem. And remember, this is recent. This isn't a tweet from 10 years ago. I'm not doing cancel culture. Hopefully, after this is over, women can go back to doing what they do best, being a mother or being a prostitute. I don't give a shit if you're a fan of him. If you defend that, you are an incel. And so I said, this guy is actually inspiring. Because if this absolute moron can make millions of dollars, so can you. Don't give up. Fuck him. And fuck anybody who supports that. So that's my opinion. And you guys know me. I don't shy away from anything. I don't give a shit how many subscribers somebody has. You know, like, I don't care. I know I'm irrelevant and he's way more successful than me and he has way more money. Cool. That's cool. But I don't give a shit. If I feel a certain way, I will say it. You know what I mean? So if you support that, go for it. And you can call me a piece of shit. I don't care. You can have your opinion. But yeah, I don't know. So anyways, back to this. Asmon is a moron. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he is. So anyways, back to this. See if we can find some more people to tweet at. Asmongold doesn't have a cell in his head. Yeah, I mean, I have reasons for disliking people. I don't just dislike people for no reason. You know what I mean? Maybe you should run for office. I'm not smart enough. I mean, actually, these politicians are proving that you don't need to be smart at all, but I'm just an idiot. I shouldn't be in politics. I'm too, what's the word? Blunt. I can't do all this political jargon. Can't even justify age verification for Spotify because imagine banning teacher from listening to music. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Spotify age verification. Oh my god. I'm smarter than most in the right, center, and left. I don't know about that one, Judy, but thank you. I appreciate it. You always make good, informative videos, and your videos deserve more eyes. Thank you, Sari. I disagree. I don't think the videos are good, but I appreciate it. I'm trying to look for more politicians here to try to tweet out. Okay. Do you think this is going to go bad? I mean, it's already gone bad, but if you're asking, do I think it'll get worse? Yes, but we should still try to fight it. You know, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna give you guys false hope, but at the same time, I'm not gonna give up. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. Let's see who else we can find. We already tweeted at this person. Cool stream, almost to 1.5k likes. Thank you guys for liking the stream. Appreciate you guys. And thank you guys for those guys who have subscribed. Really means a lot. Appreciate you guys. Again, I'm nobody special. I'm just a random loser with some opinions. Right now, a lot of the politicians are really like jumping for joy and celebrating right now. I need to give some of these people a reality check. Thank you, Shiro. Special to us. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Nerdy. Thank you, Lunaria. Some people are just reporting on this. I want the people who are... Okay, there we go. Found one. The Kids Act moves us closer to holding platforms accountable and putting children's safety first. It's meaningful progress, but our work isn't over. We'll keep fighting until we get to the strongest protection possible signed into law. Oh my God. What you meant to say is you will keep going until you collect the government IDs. Thank you, Carlos. Of anyone, of everyone who uses the internet. Do us, oh my God, I can't type. My finger's too fat. Do us all a favor and step down. Parents need to do their jobs. True. True. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, man. And keep in mind, these people have actual political power. You misspelled collect? I did? Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I told you guys I'm stupid. Okay, you know what? No. Nobody saw this. Nobody saw this. Don't snitch on me, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me copy it real quick. I hope she doesn't check her notifications. Hold on. Well, let's try that again. Let me spell check this shit. What you meant to say is you'll keep going until like, yeah. All right, take that, Debbie. Fucking Debbie, dude, pissing me off. Secret safe with me. Thank you, Snicker. Okay. Can you talk about EU's chat control? I already have many times. Many times. Check the channel. I've made a lot of videos on chat control. Social media has increased the chances for friendships for teens. Yeah, and you know, nobody is denying that social media can be harmful for teens, but if it is, as a parent or guardian, you need to step into that situation. You know what I mean? Appreciate all that you do. Thank you, Stuart. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to everybody who has donated and gifted memberships. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Who is this? New York State's Attorney General. It would take away... Wait. This phone instead take up... Oh, my God. Every time I think that there's somebody on our side, they just want something stricter. Holy shit. How about this guy? I don't think I've seen him yet. Jay Aubernault. Have I seen him yet? And a bipartisan will keep... Oh, my God. Everyone who votes for this is a traitor. Agreed. What's up, Norsh? platforms they make an example with, they are notorious for shit moderation like Discord and Roblox. Exactly, yeah. I've always supported an investigation into Discord and Roblox. I just don't support the ID verification there. Yeah, I saw the warning, Isaac. We already banned their comments. A statement from the Center of Democracy: online verification could kill whistleblowing. Okay, who are you? Okay, is this a politician? No. I want some politicians to speak out against this. Thank you for the 10 antagonistic. Appreciate it. You don't have to donate, man, but thank you so much. I have said this many times. They aren't afraid of us talking about it because nothing will happen to them. They're afraid of us going to them in person and dragging them out with ourselves. Yeah, and then if we take them out of office, that's the main thing, you know? If we could just get them out of office. This, oh my God, I hate these guys, man. There's some like random group that has popped up that is just like always supporting ID verification. April 2026. Yeah, these guys have been paid off or some shit. I don't know. As parents, who have lost their children knowingly. Okay. Again, just want to state this for the record. People who have lost their lives because of social media bullying and all that type of stuff, that is awful and it's horrible. But again, got to keep it real. I mean, that is on the parents and guardians, man. Watch what your kids do. There are bipartisan champions in the Senate. No, yeah. That's so crazy, man. Thank you so much for the 5, Carlos. Appreciate it. It's the parents' job to protect the children on the internet, not the government. Exactly. Parents and guardians don't know how to raise their children, so they want the government to do it for them. Congress has been allowed to name fool you. This bill masquerades as while stripping away media protections. Oh my God, man. These organizations just want more. Oh my God, dude. Crazy. Thank you guys all so much for the support. You know, you guys are amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. So sorry that I can't reply to everybody. This is like the most viewers. This is almost the most viewers we've ever had. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the 5, Stuart. Appreciate it. Whoever supports age verification has no respect for me whatsoever. Screw them. Exactly. Agreed. Congress is rushing the Kids Act to expand. If they had any interesting, none of. Oh, who are you? You made the right point. That's true. Hey, thank you for the 20. I'm so sorry. I'm uncultured. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you for the 20. Yes, I'm the win. Thank you for fighting for privacy/safety in this age. As a fellow advocate for privacy, I hope one day to publicly contribute and spread the message like you. Privacy is a human right, not a criminal tool. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, and I appreciate you guys for for supporting. Really means a lot, you know? So I just want us to know that this is something that we should all fight and that we shouldn't give up, you know? I mean, the worst thing that we can do right now is it's Swiss francs. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Blue. Blue is like he's my brain. He's actually smart. Someone should donate deep humor $1 billion. No. I appreciate you guys though. Thank you guys so much. We have a supporter? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, who are you? Okay, not an actual politician, but you know, still good. I want some actual people who are sitting members of the House and the Senate to like make some like statements about this. Japan is doing age verification for under 16s now? Really? But they're saying that they don't want to do ID based verification. Okay, well then how would they do it then? That's the only issue. Like how is that even possible without IDs or an AI facial scan? You know, I mean credit cards, but credit cards are also scary to do. You know, credit card is still a sensitive piece of information. You know. Okay. Appreciate you guys so much for all the donations and the love. You guys are awesome. Okay, so this person is another seen social media refused to let responsible guardrails on. Oh my God. The only you talk about responsible, but the only people responsible for kids being hurt Oh my god, I can't spell. On social media is their parents and guardians. Stop harvesting our data over this bullshit excuse of protecting the kids. Any politician I see is gonna get it. Let me make sure I didn't spell anything wrong before you guys roast me. Your kids are actually your responsibility. What a damn shock, right? ABC? Yeah. That's apparently shocking, dude. Evidence overwhelming. Okay, are you another? Oh my god, man. What the hell, man? There's actually so many of them, dude. You spelled something wrong? You spelled nothing wrong? Yeah, I did. This is how dumb I am. DP misspelled, just kidding. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm dumb. All right. If it passes Senate, we would be effed. I mean, not necessarily. No. I mean, you should thank those who didn't vote for it. We did thank them earlier in the stream, free expression. But even some of the people who voted no for it just want something stricter, though. Like, we've seen their tweets, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, we're not necessarily screwed if the Senate is... You guys said we're lagging? Everything looks fine on my end. Let me know if the stream's lagging, guys. If it is, it's on YouTube. I'm looking at my OBS. Everything is fine. But anyways, we're not screwed if it passes the Senate, because we could still stop it from being signed into law. And even if it does get signed into law, there have been laws that have been, you know, rescinded or whatever. So it's not over. But if it does pass the Senate, that would be pretty bad. I won't lie. But anyways, important censorship news. The U.S. House is okay. Paction includes pressure on the internet to implement. Okay. Do you guys know if any politicians have made a tweet or some sort of statement where they are like really against this? I would love to, on my tiny little platform, I would love to give them some type of credit or recognition. Thank you, DP, for spreading awareness. No, thank you, Antagonistic. Thank you for being a channel member, and thank you for the donos, man. I really appreciate the support. You? I ain't a politician, buddy. I'm too stupid to be a politician. But once again, like we said, if these dumbasses can get into politics, then maybe anybody can. Kids Act it's a political escape hatch for big tech. Almost 2 years. Shout out to Blue, man. Let's get some W's for Blue. Blue has easily donated over 3,000 gifted memberships, hundreds of dollars, possibly thousands of dollars. I mean, Blue is an absolute legend. So thank you so much, man. Blue has been around since the whole deep humor drama thing featuring Mr. Critical. So he's been around for a while. Thank you so much, man. Stop being so harsh on yourself. I'm just a realist, Snowy Bricks. But thank you. Appreciate it. You should run for president? Again, I'm too stupid for that. But then again... I watch Chairman. Okay, we already did that. Has it passed or not? It passed in the House, not in the Senate. Still, we're still waiting to hear, or the Senate rather is going to discuss it and vote on it. I actually don't know when. Actually, I guess I can try to find it. Last I counted was 2,900 on this channel, on the gaming channel. So think about that, guys. If you guys support anything that I do, whether it's videos or streams or whatever, Blue is a huge reason that I can keep going, you know? Remember, you know, when you become an adult, you get responsibilities, you know, got to pay bills and stuff like that. So I appreciate Blue for always supporting me, you know? While the House Kids Act tries to improve the Senate censorship efforts, it still fails the First Amendment test. Okay. I support you guys. I just wish you guys didn't support Meta. The same company lobbying for these laws. I always support someone who had a voice for the rights of us. Thank you, Wolfie. All right, censorship alert. Man, I can't find a single politician that has talked about ID age verification in a bad way. At least not in the US. I've seen some people in the UK do it. My rep, Kathy Castor, voted yes, and yet I'm not in her district. Really? Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you support John Freedom? I don't even know who that is. Kids Act equals ID Verification Act? Yep, true. One way to look at the Kids Act is a censorship bill, which it is. Another way to look at it is a middle finger to the Senate. It's even worse bill. Not sure any of this gets worked out in conference between the two chambers. Yeah, hopefully this all gets thrown out. Shout out to Preston, by the way. He's been doing a good job on this. And he follows me, so clearly he likes stupid people like me. AOC openly went against age verification. Really? Can I see that? I don't know if I'll be able to find it because Twitter's search system is so ass, but let's see. Can anybody find me a clip of AOC talking about age verification? Maybe I can just look it up. Does AOC support age verification? Try Thomas Massey. I know Thomas Massey is, I think he's against it for sure. I think I remember seeing a tweet from him today, actually. Yeah, today. Dangerous anti-privacy bill. Yep. Cool. Yep. He wants to release the e-files too, despite everybody in the White House not wanting to do it. So, yeah. Did she ever talk about age verification? Again, I'm not going to go based on the stupid little AI summary. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate you, by deity. Yeah, if anybody could find me a clip of that, of her talking about that. Has AOC talked about age verification? I'd love to see smoke screen. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. AOC and NordVPN become unlikely allies as they blast age verification laws. Sharply criticized proposals to introduce warning the measures that could pave the way for Oh, there we go. You know what? Just for that, shout out to her. And again, I don't give a shit which way you lean. Any politician who's against this is good in my book because remember, Thomas Massey is a Republican, and I'm giving him his credit too. AOC is a Democrat. I'm giving her credit. I don't give a shit. I don't care which side. If you are against this, to me, then you're okay in my book. You know. So yeah, shout out to AOC. Not that she needs one for me. I'm irrelevant, but you know. Shout out to anybody who is against age verification laws, you know. So she said it's being used as a smokescreen for what big tech lobbyists want. What they want is a national surveillance program where they can harvest the personal and private data of every American with zero actual protections for people and their privacy. Yes! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Love to see it. So that's good. When was this? March 6th, 20. Oh, this was recent. This was I remember this gift from earlier. Callback to earlier in the stream. But what's it called? Yeah, so hey, anybody who's against the law is okay for my book. So yeah. That's good. Love to hear it. Okay, well, oh, whoops. Showed my DMs an accident. Well, there you go. That's one of my DMs which slept. That was an accident. But yeah. So anybody who is, oh, you know what? Oh, are you? Okay, I thought he was speaking out against this. Never mind. House passes Repackaged Kids Online Safety Act. Okay. Red or blue is irrelevant and simply causes division. What matters is what's actually going to help society as a whole. Agreed. Totally agree. W. Thomas Massey. Yeah, like I said, W. Anybody who's against this. W. AOC for being against it too. I already tweeted about Thomas Massey. I don't know if AOC has talked about this on Twitter, but I'd love to retweet that. 47 members of Congress skipped the vote on which established the bill needs a 2/3 majority to pass, so just 17 more no votes could have sunk it. A couple members may have a legit excuse, but 47, no way. They bailed to avoid going on the record, even at the cost of furthering the surveillance state. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the people who skipped the vote. Like this guy points out, if like 17 of them have voted no, they wouldn't have passed. I don't know why like they voted no. I don't understand. Better than I predicted, but the Kids Act still passed the House. There are 32 Republicans and 89 Democrats that voted against massive data collection, surveillance. Protection stalls and the Senate stands. They will hold out for kids. Okay. Yeah, I hope she's right. Keep up with politics because of your channel. You know, it's ironic because this channel is not meant to be political or religious in any sort of way. Those are the two things I promised myself I would never talk about. But this goes even beyond politics. Now we're talking about mass surveillance for everybody in the world. You know what I mean? So, and the fact that, I mean, obviously laws are political, so be it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Oh, dude, isn't this the main culprit right here? Isn't this the guy who's like started the whole wave of ID age verification? I swear I keep hearing this guy's name, Jonathan Haidt. Design choices. Age restrictions, safety by design, phone-free schools, AI accountability, and end surveillance ads. Okay. Funny how you mention ending surveillance ads while promoting ID age verification, the biggest form of surveillance there is. Fuck. Okay, I didn't spell anything wrong here, did I? All right. Okay. Kids over clicks, more like money over people. Oh, yeah. Oh, he said public support is overwhelming. Man, fuck this guy, dude. Okay, let's go see how overwhelming the public support is. Or parents could do the hard thing, withhold the device to set boundaries and power. Dude, just stop. I'm 25, which makes me want to lie. I can tell you the difference is not subtle. Everything you described in your book describes everything we've been living to. Oh, man. Ain't overwhelming, you censor happy piece of shit. Oh, man. Tobacco movements, little crap. Let's not forget that you aren't just in Thiel's dialogue list, but on the emails too. Oh, shit. Yes? I don't know. The reason why I'm hesitating to say this, by the way, as I mentioned in other streams, is YouTube tends to demonetize videos, from what I've heard at least, when people mention his name. So I'm not going to say his name. But you know, you guys know what I mean. The e-files, the e-emails, the island. Apparently he's on there. He said, what did he say? That was funny as well. He said, you censor happy piece of shit. Oh, man. Okay. This act is unconstitutional and infringes on the right of privacy. Okay. Okay. And even like the freaking Speaker of the House is for this, man. Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate it. Bricket Tech. Thank you so much. You and Taylor Lorenz are my favorite privacy advocate channels, and your ways of explaining it makes sense to me, as is she. Can you interview Taylor? I don't know her like that to interview her. I know we follow each other, but I don't know enough about her or to interview her or whatever. To be honest, I'm pretty shy. I don't really talk to a lot of people. I'm also a loser, you know, so but yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would even interview her about. I think the whole conversation would just be us being like, yeah, I agree. So, I mean, I don't know. But thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate it. I think you're overestimating my relevance. I'm irrelevant. Thank you guys so much for everybody who subscribed. Really means a lot, guys. As far as this guy, dude has the best voice for the type of content he makes. Dude, I have a little bitch voice, but thank you. I appreciate it. Kids are being harmed on the internet, then the parents should take their devices away. Simple no. Yeah, that is what you call common sense. But people don't really have that. Thank you, Blocksness. Thank you, Antagonistic. Thank you, Midnight. Thank you, Lynn. You're great. No, I'm not. I'm below average in many ways. Who's this? Secretary Linda McMahon. Oh, this is fucking Vince McMahon's wife, dude. Okay. Thank you, Watch Wolfster. Okay, here we go. Oh no, this is another act. Thank you, Bingus. Kids Act just... Oh, okay, here. Is this somebody new? No, we've seen her. We've seen her. Common sense is surprisingly uncommon. That is why I agree. That is why it is my channel banner. You know, I mean, it's kind of ironic because I don't have much common sense myself, but that's why I made it part of the channel banner, literally because of that quote that you said. Common sense is not very common. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate you, man. Stream is lagging. I think it's just you. Everything looks fine on my end. Or if it's not just you, it's YouTube. Thank you, Blocksmith. But I'm of the opinion that numbers don't mean anything. I'll say this if I don't think I'll ever get to 1 million subs, but if I ever get to 1 million subs, 10 million subs, whatever, I will always say this. Numbers don't mean shit. We're all humans. Who cares? When people try to put somebody down because they have more numbers or something like that, that is the first piece of information you can get that they are a douchebag. If you try to put somebody down because, oh, I have more numbers than you or whatever, who gives a fuck, man? It's just numbers on the screen, you know? Thank you, Lone Wolf. Congress is coming after this live stream. Man, fuck Congress. How about that? If Congress supports ID age verification across the world, then fuck them. So if you guys don't hear from me, maybe the FBI had a chat with me, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Critical said himself, I'm just a guy on the internet who got lucky. Agreed. Yeah. But I got luckier than he did because Critical is actually funny and entertaining. So he deserves his success. But okay, I'm trying to look for more politicians here that we can. Or they DMCA'd you IRL. Oh my god, imagine. Thank you, friendly quesadillas. I'll bail you out. Thank you, thank you. You're cool, man. No, you're cool, dude. Appreciate y'all, you guys. Much love to you guys, man. That's one thing that I always talk about in these live streams as well. I find it funny when people do live streams and they don't read their chat. It's like, what's the point? Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate you, man. Your name is literally Deep Humor. I wanted to change it because I'm not funny at all, but I didn't change it because of the whole Deep Humor drama that happened. You guys probably don't know about that. Critical made a video talking about it if you want to go check that out. But very chill guy. No, you're a chill guy. Thank you. You're very funny. No. But thank you, Judy. Kids Act cannot pass if they're a violation of the First Amendment. You would think, right? But unfortunately, it did pass the House. Hopefully, it doesn't pass the Senate. Love Critical and you. Thank you, Lynn. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, J Aviation. Appreciate it. You want to watch that later, Twin? Oh, yeah. It's literally just called Deep Humor Drama. Critical made a video talking about a situation that I found myself in. So if you are curious about that, just look up Deep Humor Drama and you'll find the video. Shout out to Critical. Great guy. Our analysis of the Kids Act, a bill in the House floor today. Okay, I think they're against ID verification, so that's good. What was the Deep Humor Drama? Long story short, there was another channel who I believed was taking my username and my channel art, and I made a video talking about it, and he got mad, copyright striked me, and threatened to sue me. So the drama reached a certain level, and I got like 30,000 subscribers in 1 month. And then Critical made a video dunking on the guy for doing that to me. So, you know, I'm indebted to him. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the donations, dude. Because of your work on spreading awareness. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Antagonistic. And you don't have to donate at all, man. That's totally fine, dude. As long as, you know, you guys leave a like on the stream, so like it gets pushed out and you guys, you know, are subscribing, you know, that means a lot, you know. So kind of the other Deep Humor for boosting your channel. Yeah, in hindsight, yeah. But in the moment, I was actually really scared because he was a bigger channel. I didn't know how much money he had. His threat of legal action actually scared me, you know. Not gonna lie, Deep Humor, you should become a favorite person. You're really good at being funny. No, I'm not funny at all, but thank you, Sharkin. Did you win the drama? Win is subjective, but I think so. You always were the superior Deep Humor. Thanks, Lone Wolf. I believe it was a Turkish channel, was it? You are correct, Sus Agenda. Shout out to everybody watching YouTube on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you, silly girl. Are you winning, son? Are you winning, son? When you going to make dark humor? Never. There is no humor here. I just have to keep the name because of if you watch Critical's video, you'll know I have to keep the name, but yeah. We'll follow your Twitch later. Oh yeah, it's twitch.tv/deephumorYT. Thank you guys, appreciate it. What else do we have here? Let's go see if anyone replied to these. Like if the people themselves replied. Probably not, because like I said, I'm irrelevant, but you know. The reason I suggested it is because I want to see more creators openly criticizing the problems with this bill together. I don't think you're a loser. Charlie defended you. Try anyway. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think Critical might make a video about this because, again, this is a huge deal. It's getting a lot of news coverage. This is a big thing. We are now one step closer to a nationwide age verification law where everybody has to submit an ID to use social media. Like, this is a big deal, you know? So I'm sure he'll talk about it. And even if he doesn't, he has already talked about this stuff before. So, yeah. But he should talk about it again. Call your senators. Yep. Agreed. badinternetbills.com. Best way to do it. I would follow your Twitch, but my browser doesn't support it. It's okay. As long as you watch the streams, that means a lot to me. It's well beyond the scope of social media. Yeah, I understand that. I'm using social media as an example because that's the one that they always point to. Oh, social media is so dangerous. Our kids can't be on social media. You know what I mean? You're about to turn 18 tomorrow. Hey, happy early birthday, dude. Agree. He should talk about this. He's got time because we need everyone to show it. Yeah, I agree. He should talk about this. Does this affect YouTube? Yes, this affects essentially every website. And for the record, YouTube already has age verification in the United States. But if these guys get their way, YouTube will have age verification just to use it, right? To use it in general. Right now, there's ID age verification for like advanced features on YouTube and to watch age restricted videos. But if these guys get their way, YouTube could, you know, it could be bad. Didn't know you're also doing the stream on Twitch. Oh yeah, I always double stream. Delire you. What's up, Midnight? Thank you for the $5 glitchy. Appreciate it. Just think what we could do if everyone crying about GTA 6 cried about something with actual consequence. Agreed. You know, as much as I think people are justified in being mad about the GTA 6 price thing or whatever, or not justified, whatever your opinion is on that, that shit is not even that important. This is way more important. If anything, this affects GTA 6 because if these guys get their way, GTA 6 will have ID age verification just to play the game. I mean, yeah. Just followed on Twitch. Thank you, Antagonistic. The only thing that should change is your ass being in office. That was a good one. I made myself chuckle with that one. This is like that meme of Obama putting the medal on himself. That's me right now. Did you know about the lawsuits against RAM companies? I did not. YouTube account got flagged. Now I can't watch certain videos, and yet I watch mostly politics. There have been people who have gotten flagged on YouTube for being under 18, and their account is literally older than 18. Like their account was made in like 2006 or something. That's wild. Infinitely more important than a game. Agreed. Thanks everyone for their early birthday wishes. Yeah, no problem, dude. Happy birthday, man. I believe you should be the one to initiate the conversation to talk to Charlie about this. We don't have any point of contact, Brick. Yes, he made a video defending me once, and yes, he says hi to me sometimes when I go to his live stream, but we're not like friends or anything, you know what I mean? I would love to talk to him about it, but again, we don't have a point of communication. And I'm not about to ask you guys to go spam his stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Critical will hear about it through the grapevine. So, I hope at least. I mean, he heard about irrelevant old me through the grapevine, 2 years ago. So maybe he'll hear about this. I mean, this is way more important anyways. Spent years making this and expect us to sit and watch, not a chance. Oh yeah, this has definitely been years in the making. This whole push for ID age verification. This is not something that they just came up with willy-nilly. This shit is planned and this shit is coordinated for sure. No way they're gonna convince me otherwise. Canada, for example, you know, has like cybersecurity laws that are letting the government collect your sub info, location data, all that type of stuff. This is global, and this is way actually beyond ID age verification. This is going to like random things too. Them putting cameras in places to like surveil what you do and shit. I mean, this shit is like insane, you know? Moist is currently live? Yeah, okay, well, I mean, again, I'm not going to ask you guys to spam his shit, but we have no point of contact, me and Critical. I would love for him to talk about this, though. I mean, this is important. And if he needs somebody to explain to him, like, what exactly is going on, I would love to do it, you know? Because, again, this is more important than GTA 6 or more important than whatever the fuck, you know? This is some serious shit, man. We are talking about, again, let me make sure it's not understated. Message him through his live stream asking about this. Do you guys want me to? I'll only do it if you guys want me to. Type a 1 if you want me to go to his live stream right now and ask him. Type a 2 if not. And we'll just keep doing what we're doing. I'll do it if you guys want me to. Holy shit, that's a lot of ones. All right. Okay, well, you guys are the bosses. Is he live? Do I need to refresh the page? I don't see he's live. Is he live on Twitch, you mean? I don't see him live. He's live on Twitch. Oh man, I don't got any pull on Twitch. I have 0 pull on Twitch, buddy. Damn, he's not streaming on YouTube? Fucking hell, man. If this is on YouTube, this would be so much easier. Not gaming? Damn. Oh, he's on the gaming channel. Oh, okay. Does he have... Okay. Okay. You guys are geniuses. There we go. All right, you know what? I'll do it. We'll see. What up, Mr. Moist? Have you seen that the house has... Let me turn this down a little bit. Hey, I'm only doing this because you guys asked me to. House has passed the Kids Act, i.e., or in other words, mass or ID age verification nationwide. Mr. Boys, it's past Kids Act. Okay, he's not gonna get mad at me. Well, let's just see if he sees it.
I was curious how that would go.
I don't want to harass him while he's playing this game, you know. But you guys asked me to do it.
Not well, it seems. Very good.
We'll see what he says, or if he even sees him. Barely looks at chat on these streams. Yeah. I'm only gonna do it once. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to harass him while he's playing video games or whatever, you know. Especially when he's gaming. Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, when you're gaming, kind of hard to pay attention to the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna let him do his thing. I'll check back in case he replies, or maybe somebody can tell me. Hope Charlie does talk about... What's up, Newt? Watching a stream inside his stream. Hey, I'm only doing this because you guys asked me to. Donate to him. He shut down all donations. Also, I don't have any money. to donate to somebody, I would need money first. Oh man. If he noticed, I'm sure some of you guys will be hovering in his stream. If he notices, let me know. But again, I mean, he's just playing games, you know. No need to harass him or anything. I'm sure he'll get around to it eventually. Expect you attempting to reach out through his chat, even if you didn't see it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I just did it because you guys asked me to. I'm not gonna. Deep, I thought deep meant you got deep pockets. Nah, man, deep, more like deep debt. Oh man. Deep here, I just realized something. If the law comes out, your channel will be deleted due to you not verifying your age. Well, I'll do the same, buddy. YouTube, no, YouTube knows how old I am. They have my information. YouTube has my driver's license information for me to be monetized. So they already have my age and everything like that. But debt, do you need donations, man? No, guys, don't donate. I appreciate everybody, but you don't have to donate. But YouTube does not have a picture of my face, though. That is a misconception that I've seen on the internet. I don't know how monetization works nowadays. Maybe you do have to submit a picture of your face now, but I got monetized back in like 1932, and you did not have to. I never had to submit a picture of my face. They asked for my driver's license info, and like my name and my address and stuff like that, but they've never needed a picture of my face. If a card and phone number is present on YouTube account, is it safe? I mean, it's hard to tell. Hard to tell. I don't know. 1932. Yeah, that's when I was born. I'm old, guys. Again, I'm so old that maybe I'll be in politics, because apparently everybody in politics is a fossil. Oh man. Let's see if he probably didn't see it.
Having fun, James.
That's okay. I'm not relevant enough. That's okay. Thank you to everybody for subscribing. Appreciate it. Fucking hell, you sound 20. 1920 is when I was born. I was actually there when like the Big Bang happened. Like I was like, what the fuck was that? That was loud. You're good. He rarely looks at chat. Well, he does when he's doing his just chatting streams. He's actually responded to me quite a bit. He wished me a happy Thanksgiving. He's a nice guy, man. Got to give Critical his credit. Relevant enough to us. Thank you, Defective Parts. Appreciate that. Thank you for trying, even though it's just because we asked you. Oh yeah, no problem. I mean, it's the least I can do. You guys are literally the reason that, I mean, any amount of success to my channel is obviously because of all you guys. Of course, I'll listen to you guys if you guys ask me to reach out to him. Boom, you hear something? Yeah, that's what I said when the Big Bang happened. I was like, what was that? Love Papa Moist and old Uncle Deep. Anyway, okay, yeah, we already saw this guy's tweet. Deep Humor was born in 180. Yeah, true. Are you super old? Yeah, I'm super old. Super duper old. You'd be 100. You would be 13 billion years old, but you wouldn't witness the Big Bang. But you're 103. Ah, leap years. Huh, I got you. Does that mean you invented the English language? If I did, then I wouldn't be stuttering every 5 seconds. We already tweeted at this person, didn't we? I think we did. He's born in 500 billion BCE. Yep, true. The heck? Congress rushing past government monitoring. Okay, yeah. Yes, Derek, you're right. Dang, he almost has 1 million followers. Holy shit. Where's the old man voice? No. I don't have enough testosterone. Okay. What else do we got here? Good night, free expression. He was born on the first day. Yeah. I was there for the first day. We already tweeted at Debbie. Did we tweet at James? I think we did. To where the kids may be sincere, but it's also for the surveillance. I'm happy that you are giving them the benefit of the doubt, but I really doubt that it's sincere. There's no way that you create a mass surveillance law and then say it's sincere. What's your vocal range? You sound like a baritone. My vocal range is having a little bitch voice. That's my vocal range. Okay. We're getting near the end of the stream here, so I want to reward you guys who stayed all the way till the end. So I will tell you guys what tomorrow's video will be about. All right. Okay, you know what? I already know the answer to this question, but just for funsies. Type of 1 if you want me to tell you what tomorrow's video is about. Type of 2 if you want it to be surprised. I already know what the answer is going to be, but finally off work. Nice, Blue. You're a great person. No, you are a great person. Blocks. Thank you. Okay, so mostly ones. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so tomorrow's video, and I'll try to do a stream tomorrow as well if something's going on. But tomorrow's video, 98 cents. Please use it. Thank you, T24986. Appreciate it. Really means a lot. But anyways, so tomorrow's video, it's going to be an interesting one. Google employees, the actual employees, this is not from some random person on Twitter, Google employees, they said that Google search might get hacked. Their privacy and security employees just recently came out and said that Google search might get hacked. I won't tell you guys why. You guys will have to find out in the video. But that's not clickbait. That the actual employee said that. Thank you so much, Joe Mama. Appreciate it. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll end the stream on this. It just passed in the House, not in the Senate. Don't give up, guys. It ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. Okay? But much love to everybody. Thank you to everybody who donated. Too many people to thank. I love all you guys sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. I know I fuck around a lot, but from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate you guys. So yeah, make sure you guys leave a like on the stream before you guys go. Make sure you guys subscribe and notifications on. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, 10:40 a.m. PST. Take care of yourselves. Have a great night. Love all of you guys. And okay, Wrench, I did read that message. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.